now.
All right, cool. So we're going live in 3,
Two,
2,
one.
1.
This is your boy Ern B. Welcome to 20 Talk 20.
Hey, this is Steph the Oracle. What's going on, folks?
Your boy Dirty.
DJ King Karim couldn't be here because we don't know. To be honest, we're honest folk here. But King Karim, we miss you wherever you are. So look,
He's working. He's working. He's working.
he's working. So we haven't been here in a few weeks, but we're gonna make it up to y'all. We promise. Shout out to the where we at live Facebook world.
Facebook
On
and YouTube.
Facebook, on YouTube, and we're over here trying to attempt on
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
Instagram pop.
Showing love. So if those of you guys who don't know us, this is 20 Talk 20. We just bring it to you straight up. We cut to the chase. And Steph, before we cut to the chase, I want you to set it off. Where can they find us at?
Absolutely. So as Ern mentioned before, 20 Talk is talking about all shows, movies, and everything in between. So we want to make sure that you go back and listen to those old episodes wherever you can find your podcasts. We're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and Castbox. I don't know if I got it all in that one breath, but I want you to guys follow us, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, on the TikTok, and follow us on YouTube as well. So this is what we're doing. We're going to do live sessions for you. This is what it is. You know, there's so many good shows going on. So Ern's going to literally take us where we need to go and then follow along, come in, comment, tell us what you're feeling, tell us what you're not feeling, tell us what we need to see, tell us what we shouldn't see.
Yo, there's just so much to talk about. Like, so before we get into what we're going to talk about, we missed a few things. So I'll just be honest real quick. This is not in our notes. This is super out the blue. We just want to let you know a few movies that we did go see in the theater. I think you guys did see Lightyear.
No, we didn't.
No, we never had a chance to go see it.
Oh no, really?
No, yeah, that was on the to-do list. So that on top of the other one we were supposed to see was Lightyear, and we were supposed to also see
Jurassic World.
We only saw Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we only saw Jurassic Park.
That's it.
Yeah,
that was the last time we went to movies.
Yeah, it was the last time.
Okay, so since we're a little bit behind, I just want a quick rating. Steph, you go first. Jurassic Park. Be honest. It's okay.
Not the best of the three. In its entirety, I would have. I do enjoy like the moments that they pay homage to the OG moments, to Jurassic Park 1 and things like that.
Absolutely.
A lot of it was like it was based on a bug. Like I was like, was the bug the dinosaur? I was like, it's a bug. I was like, okay, but I can understand why locusts and whatever the case may be. But if I had to be honest, I would have given it like a 6, 7. And that's just really based on the fact that I love Chris Pratt. I love the scenes. There were good homage to the rest of it, but it was just like I felt like it could have closed stronger. Like it was alright. It wasn't terrible. Right. It wasn't the worst.
Right.
It was just like it was alright. It wasn't bad. And I was kind of mad when I paid that much money to go, because I went on a regular night. I didn't go during matinee. I didn't go during where there was a a little cheaper. I went during high day came out, and I paid good money, and I was a little upset.
Ooh-wee. Look, I'm telling you, man. So this is what I found out. I go to Regal, right? Mm-hmm. So on Tuesday, I went there on a
Tuesday.
I believe. No, not Tuesday. Tuesday they do a special price for Tuesday, like all day.
I think it's $7 all day. I think.
So I found that out after the fact. So I said, "Don't worry, sir. You'll be seeing me here on Tuesdays moving forward."
I will be here on Tuesdays instead. Yes,
because I did not know that. Yeah, I was just like, man. But anyway, Dirty. Give us your quick take. This is just a quick flicks, quick note.
It was. I give it a 7. Like the best part was the last 45 minutes, all the dinosaurs fighting, but everything was like so cliche. they try to like pay homage to the original one with Newman dying.
Mm.
It was just like predictable. I just didn't like it. It was. It
you
was
didn't like it because it was predictable.
No, it was. It was
like
just.
It
It just didn't take us back to that Jurassic Park feeling. It's just this movie could not have been made. It just. This is the fact that it just paid homage to the original. You have to mix the old generation with the new. That was just like the only cool part, but it just was bland.
They didn't hit.
I mean, but it grossed money. I mean, it's not. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah. Watch it. The consensus was the same. People,
right?
People wanted to watch it because it's Jurassic Park, but once they saw it, they were like, it was mediocre.
I mean, regardless of the fact that, like, how many movies so far that's been coming out that's been kind of driving us up at the wall, because so what happens is we went in this Avenger phase for years, and now I feel like, I don't know if y'all could agree with me, but it's slowed down, right?
Well, now the phases of the MCU, I think we're going into phase 5 now, right? I believe.
Right.
We're finishing up 4, going into 5.
No, we're in 4. Yeah, we're in 4 now.
We're in 4 right now. Okay.
But they need to tie up all these loose ends right now.
Define the loose ends, my friend.
Yeah, everything is like out of whack right now.
Like this.
Right.
It's becoming like Batman, like the DC universe now. Everything is like out of order right now. They don't know where to pull things in.
What? Seriously?
Well, but that's funny because you say that, because Batman and those type of movies, it looked like they're on their way up now.
Yeah.
It looked like a little purple, if you ask me. Batman.
Are you really focusing that on like DC because of the things that are coming out, like Black Adam and things like that, or is this like really what you're saying in terms of?
In terms of the story right now, everything in Marvel is different directions right now. They don't know how to. They have to. They're gonna have to try to reel it back in.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta reel us back in.
Yeah. And DC was like all over the place, and now they reeled us in with the Batman.
Well, okay. At this point,
absolutely.
If the next phase is going to elevate, I'm not sure. See, I have to go back and like kind of see where the phases are, because now this phase that we're in, it was between Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, the Doctor Strange, the Madness, that movie, and that movie was okay too. It wasn't.
Which one?
I think it was cool.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was all right. It was all right. Graphically, it was beautiful.
Yo, sick.
But that should have been WandaVision season 2. They could have gave it to us that on TV, and it would have been fine.
Oh, you mean they give it to you in a series?
This was all about Scarlet Witch, bro. Instead of giving us a season 2, because remember they canceled season 2 of Scarlet Witch.
Wait, they canceled
it? Yeah, they went ahead and no, they never renewed it.
So they can't cancel it.
No, they renewed it first, and then they canceled.
Oh, really? I misunderstood.
Yeah, now this was season 2. This is pretty much season 2. It was all focused on her wanting her children, because this literally picked off from WandaVision.
Well, I didn't know that.
You got a point.
I feel as if like it have stuck. Doctor Strange was really still good for the theater, in my opinion. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like I said, graphically, it was good.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I sat home. I sat home and watched it on the TV with the kids, and the kids enjoyed it. So it was. I mean, again, when you start talking about these new phases, Miss Marvel, the last episode for the season is today. We didn't have a chance to see it. We've been out all day, but we're gonna sit down and watch that. But as a whole, it really didn't pick up until episode 3, right? Is that
which one, Miss Marvel?
Yeah, Miss Marvel. It didn't.
Well, we enjoyed the first episode. It's just the fact that they're bringing a lot of Indian culture to the mix. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch. And
it's different.
And what are they? Muslims? The Muslims in the movie? Pakistani Indian Muslims. Like they get a whole bad rap. Because of terrorism. So now this kind of like you're seeing them in a different way. And I like it. I like
They're
it.
not the bad characters. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some bad characters, but I'm just saying.
And this is like a coming of age story. We always see Caucasian characters, African American superheroes, and now you see like an Indian character, which is pretty cool.
Southeast Pacific.
And I like the fact I like the fact that they're paying homage to the culture. They're using the jinn mythology. of the
Yeah.
character, which is pretty cool. That they're
different
gens.
stories that they're tying in.
Yeah, different stories and different colors, foods, gatherings. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the up and coming story of
And Community, that's another thing.
the community
Because they're
of
very big on Community, so it's just
Absolutely.
pretty cool to watch.
The other thing that was very interesting is the up and coming story of the main star, Miss Marvel herself. I remember you were telling me her up and coming story about
Iman
how
Vellani, she's
just
from Jersey.
a regular schmegular kid.
no acting skills, nothing, bro. She just literally applied
Got-
through WhatsApp. That's it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
And now she has a whole career ahead of her in life, and she's doing a really good job because number one, she's a fan of Marvel, so she knows the whole storyline and all the intertwining stories of Marvel Universe.
There was like old pictures of her being in a Miss Marvel
Yeah,
costume.
Miss Marvel costume. So it's
And
like
she
a
was
dream
like
come
real
true.
young for her, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. This is like a full circle moment for her." So that
And
was
I
really,
feel like she's gonna go places. This girl, so it's pretty
Nice.
cool.
MCU,
It's cool to
MCU
watch.
gonna get her keep her busy.
Yeah, they're gonna keep her busy because I think she's supposed to be in the Captain Marvel
She's
movie
supposed
too.
to star with Captain Marvel as well. So
Yeah, with
they're
Brie
gonna have-
Larson.
so they're gonna have their own movie, or not their own movie.
But
I
she's
guess.
gonna be
She's
cameoed
gonna
into
be cameo,
Captain
I
Marvel,
believe,
Captain
into that
Marvel's
as well.
movie.
So that should be something interesting. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. Well, like for me, the reason I said that, right, and the way we brought all of those shows, a couple of those shows together, real quick, I wanted to say because I feel like the Avengers, not the Avengers, the Marvel and everything they started bringing in, and in the movies now are fill-ups, right, or fill-ins, because you got to movies now. You can't just keep going Marvel, Justice. Like you got to find other movies to be like. So what's the next big movie? You know, and they tried it with Jurassic, and in my opinion, I give it a 5 because they didn't succeed. You know,
Damn, 5.
I thought you enjoyed it, bro.
You stop lying. You probably enjoyed it.
No,
He's like,
way better. It should have been way better. We had
I told you everything was so cliche. It was so cliche.
Yeah. And he kept on saying things that were being predictable, and I was like, "Oh, I remember seeing that scene. Oh, I remember when that scene." And then at one point, like I started to doze off a little bit, and no disrespect to the movie itself. It's just like me working school, and I was like, it was the perfect dark area. So I'm just like, I was catching myself like. I didn't sleep the whole time, but I was dozing off. I was like, wake up. I said, I paid too much money to be sleeping during this movie. Like, wake up.
So the inflation is real. So don't you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
So look,
Yeah.
It's to the point where we're finding movies to it's a little lackluster right now. You know what I mean? It's a little lackluster.
Between shows and movies, yeah, they're a little lackluster. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So, but now,
Anybody's fault, but
I mean, yeah, it is somebody's fault.
it ain't my fault.
It's I love the writers, the directors. You know, they doing their absolute best. You know, night in and night out to put these good movies out and good shows or whatever. You know, but you know when like Mark Wahlberg says, there are moments where you put a movie together and you think you did a great job. You know, because scene for scene, everything's editing. And then when it comes out, it's like, It's like, damn, we thought it was a great movie. And then it didn't work out like that. But it happens, you know, it just happens, you know. It's so, with that being said, thank God for our TV shows till this very day. Thank God for our dope series that we want to, God willing, continue for like 4 or 5 seasons. So worst come to worst, when you have the movies have a little lackluster, we go to our series. You know? So case in point, we're just gonna jump into the final 2 episodes of Stranger Days. Let's start with that.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah, man.
Stranger Things.
Well, there are some Stranger Days because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Steph, we talked before a little bit, and you said, man, you kind of upset that
I was
you know,
okay. I will just
Go ahead.
a quick conversation. I was totally upset about it because I thought that this was going to be the last one. So I was under the connotation that this was going to be the end of it. This was going to be done, over with, and there was not going to be anything to be following after that. So,
Right.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
What up,
We're
Lil?
on live.
We're going live. Say what's up.
What's up? We're on live.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, but you don't gotta put your face in the
Hello.
mic. Yeah.
Featuring special guest Stefan.
Featuring special, but man, you better get out of here.
No.
Stephanie, we're live. Come on.
Come, sweetheart.
Aw,
Yeah, we'll see you.
I want TikTok to see
Oh, we're on
20
Instagram.
Oh, they saw you.
They saw you all right. Yeah, I think that was really because I was upset because of the way it ended. But then I was like, silly me, I was under the impression that there wasn't going to be a season 5, so I was like upset at that point.
Originally, it wasn't supposed to be.
That's what that was what it was, and
but
then
the story was too big
to finish
it in one season.
Yeah, and then some of our friends, some of our friends from our group chat, they were like, Steph, there's gonna be another season. I was like, are you sure?
Yeah, they came out and said it. After.
So I was like, all right, but I was not happy. Not one bit. I wasn't happy.
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in, like you know. But again, another season that pulled us in. It was
pulled
that simple, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, if it was a feel good situation, but there are times where you was like, oh shoot, it might be the end of this person. It might be the end of that person. It's a little scary, you know. But nah, it didn't happen. So go ahead, Steph.
No. It was just I want to go back to how our predictions were, because I remember when we had our first predictions, I was like, we got to cover that, bro. Like we got to cover our predictions.
For now, what was your prediction?
My prediction was that Elle was gonna die and she was gonna sacrifice herself. So that was done. My second prediction was that Dustin was gonna die and that Steve was gonna die. Dope. That didn't happen.
Yeah, my prediction was Elle and Steve. Steve was like gonna turn into one of those upside down creatures. Yeah, because he got bitten.
So my theories were
they were all
all my theories were so those are my predictions.
And I remember that was my prediction too about the one. Yeah, he looked like he's gonna be the coolest dude alive because you know the girl that he likes, she's probably gonna like the other guy, and then there's a love triangle, and one of the dudes gotta go. But I was completely wrong. None of that happened, like at all. It was like, again, we didn't know it was gonna be a season 5. You know,
right? We didn't know. I mean, until later on.
Right.
Until later on, but
the main cast stayed just like that. You know, you had new characters came in and they died. They was
right.
We're good, you know. Maybe we got something else to do, but not here in Stranger Things. You know what I mean? So, but I got one of my questions that I have is, how the hell is Max alive?
Well, she's like a vegetable right now because she's like soulless, and she's gone.
Soulless.
Well, you know how usually like when it comes to these because when it comes to these life, you're always in limbo. You're always in the afterworld, and she's like stuck in between worlds. But now in Elle's vision, in her the dark world, whatever it is, the afterlife, the limbo world. I call it the limbo world.
The limbo world.
She's not there. Because she was able to see who was still stuck in limbo, and she's not there. So her soul, or it's somewhere else. Either Vecna took it,
her soul is,
and that's how he's gonna come to fruition into the real world. Cause remember remember the fourth bell rang.
Right.
So that's all what it needed for him to open the door. 4 deaths and 4 bells. And the 4th bell gong, and that's how everything started opening.
Okay. I think we have to go back. We have to go back.
Okay.
Rewind. Right. So what was Ern saying before? What did Ern say before?
Ern said he doesn't know how Max is still alive.
Right. So
she's still alive, but her soul is nowhere in the limbo world.
Okay.
The limbo world.
Okay,
so
or in Elle's radar.
Guys,
Elle's radar.
Guys. We're jumping completely.
We're not jumping.
You guys, no. You guys are jumping because Ern asked the question about Max, but we gotta open it up for the first episode that opened up. Like, yo, my man, Jesus Christ, Elle came in and saved the fucking day. Oh, excuse me, Facebook. I'm supposed to be cursing. We have to talk about the scenes. We can't just talk about Max's death and then how she's alive again. We got to talk about everything all before that. Like, how is she still alive?
Well, my man Ern asked a question and answered it. You know.
I did.
You know, he asked about Max's how she's still alive. So
Okay, she's alive because Elle saved her.
yeah,
She's alive
she
because
saved her vegetable body.
Right, right.
So now she's like,
So let's talk about that scene then. We're talking about Max. Let's talk about that scene. That scene
Okay.
was heartbreaking. That scene was heartbreaking because she kept on saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to do this. But sucker, you went into that house. You knew what could have happened. I'm sorry.
You created
set,
the fourth gun.
you set yourself up, girl. Don't get me wrong. The plan was executed to the point where it's just like we didn't know what was going to happen next. We didn't know.
Right.
We didn't know.
Right.
We didn't know if they were going to survive. We don't know if they're going to live. We didn't know. But we
Right.
sure knew that Max knew damn well if she walked into that house, the possibility of death was one of them.
Right,
So,
It was most likely imminent. Yeah. I mean, look, she did everything that she was supposed to do. And when Vector leg up, leg broke this way, leg broke that way, the arm broke this way, the arm broke that way. I was like,
it's a wrap.
oh, Max is done. Like, I didn't see this bullshit coming. But
yeah,
here
yeah,
it is.
yeah. There
It's
it is.
over, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But then again, you know, it takes you to a place where else is so powerful, you know?
Right.
So how can she overcome this situation where she's might lose a friend, you know? It
Right,
still
right.
remains a team. So, you know, but I like that direction though, because what happens is it was getting predictable, right? If you really look at it. So
At what point was it getting predictable? You kept saying the same thing. That
Yeah, it's episode 7, 8, it was getting.
it was getting
Yeah,
predictable.
we kind of figure out, but now like we kind of thought who was gonna die, but kind of like we were wrong.
We were wrong.
right,
wrong.
right. But it came down to the L at the end of the day. Like, look, the only way we're going to survive this is if L comes through. You know, it was
Right.
always the point. It just never stopped. It was the
Right.
theme. You know, it could have. You know, we thought. You try to think like, let me see what else they could do a little bit better. Let's see if they could surprise us with oh, I didn't realize you were gonna do this, but really they didn't. You know, and don't get me wrong, it's still a great story. You know, they kept it
right.
simple and just say, let's just keep it here, and we'll be fine. You know, but there was so much, man. It kind of broke my heart that what happened to Max. Man, I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, nah.
Yeah, but I guess we were all torn up because when we saw it in the beginning of the season where she was going to be the one that she was already the key to opening up that portal, you know, with her, with the interactions between her brother Billy and between her seeing the visions and her not being able to cope with that and PTSD and things like that. So that in itself was just like she was setting up the stage for that point. And for her death, it had to be like, it was just like, if she didn't die, then the season can end here. Right.
Yeah.
It could have, season 4 done. If she didn't die, there would be no reason to continue the story because now Vecna would have never been able to open the portal. Oh, he would have gotten another victim or whatever the case may be. But since Max was Max was there and this is her, you know, she was the one and only at this point.
Yeah.
You know, without her death, it wouldn't have mattered. But
yeah,
it sets it up for season 5. And at this point, if you think about from the beginning, season 1 all the way to season 4, we have to think about Will. I really think that between Will and Elle, there is a big connection with the Upside Down
Vecna.
and Vecna. There's going to be a big thing, and I've been reading things that Will be the key to season 5, and I'm going to post that.
They have a picture with a half Will, half Vecna face, so he might be reincarnated into Will. You know, who knows?
You think
see what's going to happen?
Body or something like it.
Well, because remember, like he feels when somebody's around him from the Upside Down world, he feels like he gets the itch in the back of his neck.
Yeah, he gets the hair.
Gets the hair. So he felt that towards the end of the other season.
Yeah, but remember, my man has been possessed. My man has been through it.
He's been through it all.
He has been through it.
Right.
So he will be a key part into figuring out how do we get to Vecna, or if he becomes Vecna himself. I don't know. These wild theories are out there, and the last time I had a theory, it turned out wrong.
It was wrong.
So, I don't know.
Look, man, you'll be fine, man. Because look, well, first and foremost, we were all wrong. You know, everything went left for us in terms of theory. But one good thing is we noticed that the main core stayed together. You know, I
Right,
think
right, and they
that's
survived
their goal. Yeah,
barely.
know,
Barely,
yeah.
because I thought they were gonna be goners. When I saw them depart from the wall, they was getting snaked up. I was like, oh, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah, it was so many times where yeah, it's a wrap for a few of you guys. But let me ask you this though, right? So a question just popped up. What do you think about Jim Hopper, man? Like I thought this is what I thought was gonna happen too. I thought he was gonna find a way to get into the upside down world, right? Meet up with the kids, you know, and then find his way home. But it turns out, no. Like he had his own, you know, he was locked up in the worst prisons of all in the world in Russia.
Right.
And it was like abuse after abuse. But what did you think? How did you think he was gonna get home before you saw it? Because we knew he was alive to a degree. So
I
what
didn't
did
think he
you
was
think?
gonna make it. To be honest, I thought he was gonna die.
I thought he was gonna make it. I knew he was gonna make it. He's part of the protagonist. So
Wait, you mean in before the two last ones, or in
before season 4?
no. I'm talking
Season
about
4.
the last. No, I'm talking about the last 2 episodes or the ones prior.
Well, now up to the last 2 episodes.
Up until the last. Well, I knew that there was no way that he was going to be able to get in touch with the upside down world because that area was closed, right? All that was closed off. There was no way that he'd be able to have access
because
to
he
it.
knew that that Elle and all the other kids were in trouble, so he knew that he had to come back right away.
Yeah,
and
but
he didn't know until what's the name?
Joyce.
Joyce came and
Right.
got him, and
Mhm.
she knew that
Yeah,
the
but
kids were in trouble.
Joyce didn't even know that the kids were in trouble.
Right, but then he knew like if they got the Demogorgon alive, then that means the kids are in trouble. And the only way for him to get back was try to get back to the States right away, ASAP, or
Right.
go through the Mind Slayer.
Yeah, but there was no way he was gonna have access.
But then but then when he realized that the Mind Slayer, was it Mind Flayer?
The Mind Slayer.
The Mind Slayer,
Mhm.
when he realized that he wasn't there, because that he was the portal to get back. But
Right.
then the Mind Flayer went to all the other creatures, to the dead
Right.
bodies that were in the tubes. So those
Right.
creatures came alive. So now
Right.
his ability to transport from point A to point B were gone.
Okay, I get it.
Because he
now.
knew the only way to try to go back through the Mind Flayer or Mind Slayer, whatever the guy's name is.
See,
That
I didn't
that
know-
wind looking thing, that wind tunnel looking thing.
Oh,
The thing that was in the
boy, you
water.
got me.
That wind, that
You got me
spectacle
lost.
dust.
Okay.
Right.
okay.
So now he's like, oh, now my chances of going back are gone. So now let me help the kids here by defeating the Mind Slayer and all the other Demogorgons, kill them, so at least they have a fighting chance in the other side.
Right.
Mm.
All without
mean-
communicating. It was all under assumptions.
All under assumptions.
But
But I think that had little effect to Elle and him fighting.
Yeah. I think so too. Because at one point,
Mhm.
where does so if Jim Hopper is fighting the Demogorgon, finding whoever it is, at what point does he think that his fight like at what point? Like when was it looking bad for him?
For
Hopper?
For Hopper. Yeah. When was it looking bad?
when he was in the
Every-
prison.
When he was in the
When
prison.
he was in the prison.
Yeah.
Every
Because he
moment.
felt like he's worthless. Everybody's probably dead. He didn't
Uh-huh.
think that he was worth saving. So he was
Yeah.
just contemplating life.
Right. So as soon as he saw Joyce, he's like, oh, I something's up. Like
Yeah.
I gotta
Right.
like get it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that was really the chance for him to kind of pick up and say, I have to do this for Elle. I have to do this for everybody and try to save everybody, even if I have to sacrifice my life or whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm thinking. Like at the end of the day, like Jim Hopper was ready to die anyway, and they probably assumed that
Yeah.
he was dead anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the
Yeah.
story that everybody knew about that. But
Yeah, he was ready
it's
to go.
just So he was like he made his peace. That
See
was
what
what
they
it
did
looked
to
like.
his body? My God, man. When I saw his body, when he took off his shirt, his back, I was like, oh my
Yo, it
God.
was he been through it. He been through the ringer. He was
Just
like interrogated.
Just like Will, been through it, bro.
and one of the cool parts about Hopper, that scene when he threw the knife into the Demogorgon,
Mhm.
that sword, that was the
Uh-huh.
actual Conan the Barbarian sword.
Oh, I
little
remember you
Easter
were
egg.
telling me that. I
A little
remember.
Easter egg.
I remember you were
That was
telling me
the
that.
actual prop sword for
Mhm.
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, that was a sick scene. He said, "Ah."
That was a great scenario, man. Just the way Joyce got to him, that was just
That was
a story within
That was a
itself.
miracle in
Like,
itself.
There was
I
a
was
lot,
like,
a lot of micro stories that they kind of like
Yeah.
make you feel good, and you know, you see that both sides struggling, and finally when they meet, it's like, oh my god, they got back together. I love this.
Yeah, but
right.
there was also that the point of talking about Stranger Things as a whole is that we're trying to figure out how is it going to be all set up for season 5.
Well, season 5 is supposed to be a prequel on
So
how,
what?
on how the upside down world was created.
Explain that?
No, they didn't.
Didn't it just explain that?
They never explained how the upside down world created.
Oh, okay. So it's just that Elle was the one that just had access to it, but
Yeah,
not necessarily of how it developed.
Yeah,
Oh, so now they're doing
but Vecna, remember Vecna showed up. Those creatures
They were
already
there. They
there.
were chilling.
So
They
now
were there.
this is gonna be a prequel to.
So
everything.
okay, so your sources say that this is what it's doing.
This
That's
is
season 5. What it
The
is?
Duffers brothers said it. Duffy brothers.
That's
Oh, okay.
the source.
Coming from the Duffy brothers.
Okay, all right, cool. I'm not gonna argue.
It's supposed to be a prequel.
So I just need references. I need facts. I need
I just told
follow
you,
up.
the Duffy brothers.
All
They're
right,
the
all
ones that
right,
wrote
cool. All
it.
right, chill. All right, fine. You got it.
Look, I mean, look, down the line, I guess they're gonna do the Duffer Brothers are gonna do it what everybody else is doing, like GOT, the prequel. It makes sense, It makes money, it makes sense, But I got so many other questions now, man. Like when you're thinking about it, y'all, like what's the story with Will? With the tears at the end, like crying for 11, but like really crying for Mike. What's his story? Like, why do you think he's
Didn't you say it before?
Yeah, everyone says that because he's gay.
Because he
Oh.
has
But I think his connection is that he knows that the world's gonna end, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it.
Ooh.
No.
You think? Look at his
No.
face. He's like, nah. So you say because he's gay, he feels more things? Nah, that's
No,
not a fair assumption.
I'm not saying that.
That's not a fair assumption.
I'm not saying that.
Don't say that.
I didn't say that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm saying the first theory people thought
I'm
that he was
just
gay,
saying.
but my theory is that since he was in the upside down world,
That
he
he
still
has-
has that
Uh-huh.
connection, and that he knows how powerful Vecna is, so he feels it that all hope is lost.
Oh.
So you think?
So he's like
Yeah.
he's gonna be the key to all this, and I think it's season 5.
Okay.
But
So,
how,
but the fact that
all right, but how you just taking
everyone-
my idea, bro? I literally just said in the beginning of the show, son. Like, how you trying to take credit for what I said?
But I'm telling you, we're going back full circle now.
No, we're not. You over here taking my ideas, you idea stealer.
That is not.
Like, what you
No,
say?
but I'm telling you,
This is
what
my.
everyone thinks Will is gay
Right.
because he's getting emotional when Mike is talking
you
about. That's
Not
fine.
be gay,
That's
bro.
fine.
That's what I'm saying.
But he knows what's gonna happen. He feels like this is inevitable. All this is gonna end, and this is all goes back to season 1 when he's drawing that big spider-looking thing, and that's actually Vecna at the end. All the spiders come into the world.
Right.
Right. That was Vecna's favorite insect, because they're the ones that nurtured him.
right, because that was a
Right. So now,
representation of what
so now
he
Vecna
has.
is turning to this huge smoke spider that what Will and Vecna drew when he was young.
Right.
So
Right.
Will knows this
Yeah,
is
but
done,
we
and he knows that his friends are going to be gone. And everyone thought that he drew a picture of Mike, but it was actually all of them together fighting the dragon. Like a picture of that was their presentation that Mike is the leader,
right.
and all the friends.
Mike ain't no leader. Please stop it. Please. I don't think Mike.
I
is
mean,
a leader.
Mike holds it down.
Mike ain't holding nothing down. Elle is the one that runs things. Stop it.
Really?
Stop
You
it.
think Elle holds it down by herself?
Yeah, she holds it by down herself. She don't need nobody's help. She just got pulled in and reeled in, feeling bad for the humans because she's different. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't think Mike is a true born leader.
I think Dustin.
I feel like I don't know. I don't like Mike. That I don't like him like
What
that.
did you do?
I just don't like Mike. I don't like Mike. I don't like him. I don't like him
You
for
gotta
Elle.
find the reason you don't like Mike. Just
No,
simply
I don't like Mike because I don't like I don't like how he is for Elle. I don't feel like that relationship ever worked. I feel like he needs he needs a lot of attention just to say that hi, I'm Mike, I'm the leader. Like ain't nobody trying to hear all that. That's how I really
Wow.
feel.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
it's
never thought Mike was the leader per se, to be
I
honest.
never thought he was the leader either. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't really think he was ever a leader. But Will apparently thinks he's the leader. He holds everybody together. No, he don't. He don't hold everybody together. Not in this season.
with love and
Not
heart.
in this season.
Love hearts.
Maybe in the previous seasons, like he's always fighting and trying to keep everybody together as a group. But again, the beginning of the season highlighted how you grow and you grow apart. So
Yeah.
Elle and Mike have their own relationship. Will is trying to survive, California. Nancy and the other gentleman, they're all separating. They're going to different colleges and things like that. So you are going to grow apart. So you really can't necessarily believe that one person is the leader. You need everybody in order to make things happen and make things function. So you can't, but at the end of the day, everything boils down to finding Elle. They're getting in the pizza truck to go find Elle.
Mhm.
Hopper is going to try to escape the prison to get back to Elle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything just falls back on Elle. So it's just like you can't say that.
Because she's the one that got powers. Nobody else got
I
powers.
know, that's what I'm saying. But apparently, when Mike said "I love you," because that was like, I'm gonna tell you what that scene reminded me of.
Go ahead.
Because it got me a little mad because it reminded me of Fifth Element, but Bruce Willis telling Lulu, "I love you," because you're gonna save the world. I was like, yo, they stole that scene.
Well, the whole show is the whole mixture of everything.
The whole show was stolen.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just saying. It just reminded me. It's like, Lulu, I love you. Why do I have to save Earth? I was like, because I love you and this and this. And I was just like, come on. I saw it from a mile away. Come on.
Right. Like Lulu basically was like, Lulu was
Dallas.
What we doing? I gotta go.
What we doing?
Like, but he was like, nah, Bruce Willis was like, nah, I need you. All right. I'm good with you. I promise. But you're right.
Yeah.
They stole that stuff. I mean, the whole show is based on 5 different movies and shows. So, yeah. Oh, 5
No,
different movies.
of course, because it pays homage to the horror genre. There's so many different elements.
Yeah.
Carrie, you're thinking of there's so many things. But why I think I got more annoyed with that is because now you're back again into the water. And again, you're saving everybody again. And then to turn around and say Mike is the leader, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Like, I think, truthfully, if you want to be real, to put it together, I think Dustin's the leader.
Duh.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. I love Dustin.
That dude knows everything.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Between him and Erica, I'm like, yeah, them two. That's it.
Well, I love Erica, but
No. I know that, but what I'm saying is that I felt like Dustin was really the ones that were putting 2 and 2 together, and then now with the other character, every time. So between Nancy, between Dustin, and oh my God, I forgot the Maya Hawke's character in Stranger Things. It just slipped my mind. Oh my God, name?
But you said Maya?
Maya Hawke. Maya Hawke. Her name that's her real name in real life. Ethan Hawke's Jesus Christ. What was her name in the character? I'm gonna click myself. Blah blah blah.
Oh, Robin.
Robin.
Jesus. I couldn't think of it. And she's gay too. So what? She likes girls. So what? If Will likes boys, so what? Don't matter.
Wait a minute. We're not saying nothing. Hold on. Look.
I'm not saying that.
Lord knows we're not saying nothing wrong at all.
Bro, your face says it all. We'll say
all wrong. I don't know.
Your face.
Face couldn't hide it, bro.
If you want to do what you want to do and live your life the way you want to live your life, that's beyond okay. Except for don't kill,
of course,
or harm nobody at all in any way.
Right. Of course.
But no, we wasn't saying that to know what was Will's deal in that regard, because it was like, because you know what it is? It's a cliffhanger. because we don't know. To be honest, we don't know why he was crying. We know the brother came and said, if you you move. I'm paraphrasing. If if you've changed and you're living the way you want to live, that's okay with me, with who you are, et cetera, et cetera. But we're still waiting for them to say, what is he trying to say about his little brother?
Waiting for that shoe to drop.
Yeah, but it's still a cliffhanger, But
Right.
like coming from us, it's all prediction. You know what I mean? But either way, I just love the fact that as much as I thought that there was gonna be some main characters leaving, because it's been happening all over TV. You know what I mean? From HBO shows, Channel 5, Channel 4. It don't matter what shows, that main characters are just like, oh man, you're killing that character off. Why? Because they got something else to do in real life. Another show. They say, I gotta go. You know what I mean? But in this situation, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Like, the main characters are still here, almost still strong. Like Dirty said, baby girl is and she got a lost soul right
She
now.
in limbo.
So
She's soulless.
she in limbo. Yeah. So but I do like that though, because it's been a while to see that. So my thing is this, right? With a situation like this, are the Duffer Brothers, Stranger Things production and everything, are they gonna wait a couple of years? Are they waiting for the kids to get bigger and become like 21 years old?
I think they said 2024, right?
We'll be
No, everyone assumes it's gonna take 2 years.
Everybody assumes, yeah.
That's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
2 years for the next season.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because that's how long it took for the other one.
I don't know.
Well, that was only
at this point they gave us a good 4 seasons, and we'll like if sucks, season 5 kind of sucks to the whole story, I'm okay with it, because they gave us 4 great seasons, amazing story, amazing micro stories. They gave the audience their all and what they wanted, and I just hope it doesn't end like that. But if the ending sucks, then I'm okay with it.
No, absolutely.
That's a first.
It won't be like the movie that we shall not talk about.
We shall not talk about
the show that we
shall not name, the nameless show. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't go.
This is totally different.
Look,
yeah.
All I know is this, right? With a show like this, they're not gonna force it to 8 seasons.
No.
I think so. Because there's a lot of shows that go for 8 seasons. You're just like, damn, another season? Let's see where this goes.
But I bet you wouldn't be mad if it did, though. If it's
if they keep giving us the same,
if it's at the same caliber that it's been going for the first 4, and they're gonna give us another 4 of the same caliber, only bigger, better, and bigger budgets. Of course, I'm not gonna say no. But the point is that we really want to have it end on there is a character arc, and that there is a closing to the story, and that there is something that's satisfying for all the people that have invested in the time watching this movie. It's a movie. It was the last 2 were movies that basically, that's what they were, Absolutely. And I was happy that they took the time to kind of introduce something new, which was really having the I'm trying to find the right word. Even though they started to introduce new characters, they use them to the point where they're going to open up another set of stories.
Yeah, but not. Who were the new characters this season? It was Jason, Eddie. Mm-hmm. Jason died, so he's done. Eddie died, done. But that was one of the most.
Oh, you can't be just talking to my man Eddie like that.
No.
He died a hero's death.
Yeah, he died a hero's death. But for them to introduce us to a new character and be one of the most likable characters on the whole season, now they're probably kicking themselves in the ass, like, why we let this guy die? Unless they bring him back in the Upside Down world, he's probably alive somewhere with Max. I don't know.
You talk about you mean in limbo?
In limbo, well, above there's the.
See, I don't know. I don't know how that theory.
Because he's like, he was just one of the best characters, hands down, right now. Besides Billy, he was a replacement for Billy. in terms of like the
That's
ego.
what you kept on saying, that
and
that he was a
the-
replacement for Billy,
right?
right?
But he uses him and Dustin, the relationship with him and Dustin.
Mimicked the same relationship with
yeah.
him and Steve.
Yeah,
But it was just different. It was
it
just
was different.
It was different.
And they were all into the same things. I'm playing the board game. Was it Dungeons and Dragons?
yeah,
Whatever it's
Dungeons
called.
and Dragons. Yeah.
And
Oh.
just to see that friendship between them, it was
sad to see him. It was sad to see him die. And the point for that is that he didn't run this time.
He didn't run.
He didn't run
Right.
this time.
I didn't run.
I didn't run this time,
I didn't
Dustin.
run this
I didn't
time.
run, and that kind of broke me. And I was just like, oh.
When another Easter egg.
I was like,
This wasn't in the script when he told him that he loves him. He's like, "I love you,
Oh.
man." That wasn't in the script.
well, how you
Oh,
know
nice.
about that?
They said it. They
Did
said
the
it.
Duffer Brothers tell you that?
Well, no, well, he said it.
personally?
He said it himself. Joseph Quinn.
Because
Said it.
apparently you know all.
I read.
The Duffer Brothers.
Oh yeah, the Duffer Brothers said it's gonna be a prequel. Like they spoke to you individually. Like
Well, they posted.
Like
They made
texted you
a
personally.
Twitter.
That's why you made it sound like you
They made a
knew,
Twitter about
like
it.
you had some insider news that we didn't know about.
Listen, don't hate the source, baby.
Man, please.
Don't hate the source.
Man, please.
Boss, baby. She said-
So he improv that line. He just, I love you, man, and then I love you too, man. So it was just in character, which is awesome.
Right,
And
right.
another thing, when they played the song from Metallica, Master of Puppets,
Mhm.
Mhm.
he actually played the song.
He did.
Yeah.
He actually played it.
Yep.
Oh, he did?
He's a guitarist. Yeah.
Oh, see.
My man was playing guitar. He was a little kid, so he knew how to play that song already. So he did it for the show.
Badass.
So
Badass.
yeah.
That was great.
Fire.
and they have video of him playing the song too.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That
So
is
everything
cool.
though, just the authenticity of his character, it was just well
Yeah.
developed, and I hate to see him go. You know, like 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, I think he would have lasted if they would have introduced him like season 2 and 3.
Oh, he would have
He
stayed.
would have been a great character. He would have stayed.
Yeah. He
Oh
would have
yeah,
stayed.
for sure. Oh yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Shout out to Joseph Quinn who played Eddie Munson, man. Yeah,
Yep.
I thought he was good to go. I thought he was a shoo-in. But man, like I said, they just went right back to the main characters. You know, everybody got back together. They got the old gang back. And you know, now we just waiting
Yeah.
for a season 5. So my question is, do you guys have anything to add before we rate this?
Any highlight for you? Any
My highlight, the fact that
Highlight?
there's a whole bunch of memes about Eddie Munson, that the town that hated him so much, he died a hero's death to save it.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh, that.
You know, so
I know
as
that.
much as he hated them, he helped save the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and the fact that at the end they made him seem like he was a terrorist, and that the town of Hawkins will never know
He was vilified.
the
and they
real.
will-
Yeah, he was vilified as a villain, as a terrorist. They'll never
Yeah.
know the real truth.
Yeah, they will never know the real truth.
That's sad, bro.
Unless they divulge that information, which I think Dustin tried to kind of give that information to his uncle.
He
to
did.
kinda-
So
kinda
because he
like
had
give him,
the guitar pick, and
you
then he
know,
said, "I was with him
You know,
when he saved his town
Yeah.
in the earthquake
Yeah.
hit." You know, and so I'm just letting you know that he died for this town
He died
and
as a
saved
hero-
it. He died a hero.
Yeah.
That was touching, man. Everything was in the fields, man. Between
Yeah.
Eddie and Dustin, between what's the name, Max and
Lucas.
Lucas. That was even
Mhm.
touching. That was a great performance by Caleb, and it was just my heart was like, please don't go. It was just like my heart was aching when he was pleading,
Mhm.
and the critics are saying that he's going to be that scene with Caleb. Even the Duffy brothers said it, that was like an emotional scene when they were
For
recording.
everybody.
For everybody.
I can bet. Just thinking,
It-
just
this,
like,
this has to win
just
awards.
playing in my head right now, and I'm just like, ooh, like
Yeah, it was
it was
everything.
everything about that. But I guess my bone that I had to pick is really the fight scene between Eleven and Vecna. I thought it could have been more.
It was short lived.
It was
Oh.
short lived, and I'm like,
Oh,
she's like, no, okay, L, like you need to F him up. Like, what are we doing? But again, you know, she still was getting her powers back, and we didn't know how strong she
Yeah.
was. And
Uh-huh.
you know, I really wanted more from that scene.
Mhm.
I really wanted more from that scene. That was my only gripe with that. But from the development from the beginning of that show, seeing the helicopter scene with Elle, like my girl was like, helicopter down,
Damn.
boom, kablooey. That was it.
That
And
was
I
best
love
scene.
and I love that Papa scene. I think was maybe the one that stood out to me the most. That he kept on saying that I did everything for her, and at the
Right.
end of that scene, she really was like,
She was like, "Don't preach."
Heartless.
it's like, I'm sorry, like I can't do
I was
nothing
like,
else for you.
Preach that bullshit.
You know what I mean? So that was how
was-
I felt about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that part. It was for me. It was that part too. The gripe where the screen went kind of dark, and then Vecna's like, oh, like he getting beat up some way somehow, and I was like, wait, what happened? Like, really? This is what we're doing? Like, I really wanted to see Al just throw him around up and down, clobber him, throw him around, but I was just like, okay, I'll take that. But the helicopter scene, when they was looking for her, she disappeared, and then the camera went to the left and said, I was like, you're fucked.
Done.
Like,
Done.
Done.
You're done.
you don't even understand what's going to happen right now. And
Right.
that situation was so mean, I was like, okay, Al, we're good to go. Let's not fall backwards with the situation because you're free now for the most part, But man, I mean, this show was, like I said, to me, this show was it was exceptional. Exceptional. It was easy to watch, very enjoyable, makes you cry. I told you I teared up.
Emotional. Get you
Got
all
me
teared
emotional.
up.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. I mean,
pissed.
shout out to all the actors and the writing and the producing and just to maintain such a high caliber of a show
Just to keep it going.
and just to keep it going and to kind of give us that closure on some of the stories, but now we're looking forward to season 5, and I'm like, now the stakes are higher, the expectations are higher, so I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna top it. Like, like how they gonna top it.
Something they should have wrapped up and say, let's stay here. And then now they got a little bit of pressure on their shoulders to be like, yo, bro, how are we going
to top this? Right. How are we gonna top this?
And I just want my man Lucas to get his boo-boo back, man. My man Lucas, he going through it, man. He reading her stories on her bedside, on Mac's bedside. Let my man get his baby back, man. He love that girl, But overall, though, let's just get to the rating if we don't got any more questions about it.
I give it a
30,
10. I give it a 10.
Give it a 10?
We're not doing halves, right?
No.
No. We're going through.
All right, I give it a 10.
Whole numbers.
I give it a 10. I give it a 9 on one day, and then I give it 10 another day.
Yeah, we said we're gonna as a whole, right? So I give this a 9 also.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Only because the Vecna L story is not done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, this was one exceptional, great season.
Yeah, for sure. It was good.
Yeah, it was extremely solid. So, and I agree with you. Give it a 9. There were some situations that I wanted to happen, but didn't. So I was just like, okay, they did it their way. So I had to throw my ego to the side and say, all right, you guys are great. So yeah, I'll give it a 9 as well. So that's a total of 27 out of 30. That's not bad at all. You know what I mean? Thank God King Karim's not here because he probably would have been like 7.1 and would have
You said 0.1 for the effort.
0.1 for the effort. Yeah.
Probably would have said it was really okay if you really look
No,
at it.
no, what he said he called it a modern day Scooby Doo. That's what he said. He said it was like a high profile Scooby Doo show.
Oh my God, I can't with him, yo. Because all of the kids, all the young kids are trying to figure out a mystery, trying to find the monster, unmask the monster. Vecna ain't dead, but he got his ass kicked though. that I
like
will
a wounded dog.
He was wounded. Like he
right
got
now.
his tail in between his legs.
He's wounded right now.
But I don't know.
We're gonna see. So we're waiting for season 5, probably year 2024 or something, or
2025.
Yeah. We can't wait to see if they're gonna become adults and graduating college, that type of scenario, which would be really cool. But then again, if you really think about it, Vecna is technically he's technically on Earth. He's not under and all of that. So we heard the 4 bells. So see, it's a lot of
And then
stories.
the dust started coming through, and I was like, "Oh boy, the ash!
Mm-hmm.
Just the ash was coming through." I
Right.
was like,
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So let's go into our next movement. Now, I ain't gonna lie, these last 2 segments are pretty damn fun. It's pretty wild. So I'll ask should it be The Boys season 4 or Terminal List?
Let's talk about the boys
"Let's
first.
talk about the boys."
Terminals last.
Let's talk about
Say the best for last.
Facts is facts, bro.
Facts is facts.
Really? Look,
Say the best for last.
Save the best for last. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. That's called an opinion. It's not fact.
It is. It's an opinion. It's an opinion.
Okay. But let's get into The Boys, yo. Look. Yo, this show was crazy. This show was crazy, yo. I mean, everything you wanted to see in the comic books, right? From a comic book to a real movie, to be like, I want to see how your powers or why your powers are just nuts. They did that. They just said, I don't give a F. These guys are this powerful. This is why we got to pay them this money and give them TV and movie shows so they won't kill us all. You know,
I'm just shaking my head.
you see, look, Oracle, let them do what they want to do. Let them live their life so they won't.
Yo, let me tell you something. This is a porn, okay? This is an elevated porn movie, okay?
No.
Straight up. Elevated with all the bells and whistles. Nothing is hiding, nothing is hidden. Everything is out and about. All right?
Yeah.
They had no qualms about any scene that you can possibly think of. Now, I don't know the transition from the comic books to the live screen, but I know
Right.
Dirty had something to talk about that you mentioned to me.
Yes, with how raunchy the show is, with the gore and all the sexual what do you call it, innuendos?
Innuendos. It wasn't no innuendos. Because innuendos means it's like a hidden message. There was nothing hidden.
No, in terms of like the whole bringing the whole
Fornication.
up front with the scenes.
Right.
Just
They never had a standards and practices department when it comes to, I guess, premium network
Like
TV shows
parameters. Did he have any parameters?
Right.
So Amazon decided to create a standard practices department because of the show The Boys. So the creator, Eric Kripke, reveals that the Prime Video standard practices department was created because of the superhero series content. I wouldn't be surprised it was because of The Boys and Invisible.
Oh,
Because those two were like borderline above and beyond the R ratings.
Oh yeah. NC-17, right?
Right.
So now because of them, they called them into the department and said, yeah, because of you guys, we had to create a standard and procedures department.
Yo, they got called into the office.
They got called to we call it the round table. So they got brought into the round table to get spoken to.
Yo, they
Like,
had
yo,
a good
guys,
talking to.
You got to tone it down. But why tone it down when the ratings are like
The ratings
are like through the roof?
But the ratings are through the roof because of the content, bro.
And yeah, and one of the best shows on TV on I wouldn't say TV, on a streaming services. On a streaming platform.
That's TV nowadays. It's all the same. It's all the same.
True. Look, but in a sense that you're paying, it's a stream series that you are paying for.
You're paying for the service.
You're paying for.
So
that
if I'm
service
paying you to give me all that
stream.
raunchiness, give me that shit. Give me that shit.
Like I said, it's just elevated porn. It's just here. Okay, let's just round it out. Give me 5 scenes that stand out right away. 5.
Right now?
5. Right now, off the top of your
I'll
head.
give you one. The first one
Give
that
me
stands
one.
out, first episode, the little micro guy. He went inside the guy's penis hole, blew up the walls, and boom.
No, he had a sneeze.
He sneezed.
Please.
Sneezed and blew his dick and his whole body
No,
up.
he blew the whole human.
He blew the whole
apart.
body.
The
Exactly.
whole
He grew
body.
up.
Nah,
Like you can't like. Okay, Ern, give me another scene.
when
Look, he's shaking his head.
your man was making love to the octopus.
Deep has been responsible. No. Deep has been responsible for some of these scenes that have obliterated my understanding of how movies and shows are done. My man.
But they said the octopus don't have holes. They said they have they call them muscles or something. They said that technically they never violate any rule.
Right.
Something like that.
Do not come with me with the technicality. Don't come with me with the technicality.
I think they came out with a statement: no animals were harmed in the creating.
That's what that was what they were trying to say. It was like there was no animals harmed during the time of this filming. It's just like, what is going on? Another scene. Deep comes in again. My man, he had to eat the octopus that Homelander offered to him. He said the octopus was talking to him while he was putting it in his mouth. I'm like, what?
The octopus was like, "Don't eat me."
He was like, yo, that's my guy. Like, like, man, like, yeah.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Deep was responsible.
Hero-gasm.
Oh,
Hero-gasm. Come on now.
okay. Another one.
Say less.
Yeah, but that's like carnival for heroes, for superheroes. That's like
Carnival.
carnival. That's like
A free-for-all.
the modern day orgy,
Ay.
but for superheroes.
Yeah, but the point that the point that the scenes that the men's penis was all up in somebody's face and messing him up. You mean that's not like? Come on now, like.
Nah, that's wild, yo.
That's wild.
Like I told you,
He's like, put it away.
People like it. Give me that shit. Everybody loves it. Keep it going.
Oh, look,
Give me one more scene. Give me one more scene off the top of your head.
Oh, hold on. I was watching it and
Oh, the Seth Rogen and the hero when she's
Countess.
live streaming, Countess.
What was that scene?
When she was live streaming the OnlyFans. When he's jerking off in the camera. He's like, here, put the butt plug in.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, this is one crazy.
No filter, bro.
And next season, I hope they don't put this filter up because it's not going to be as the same.
no, they're not. They didn't stop now. What would make you say?
Well, because now they got the
now they have the standard procedures department. Who knows?
Shit.
Who knows?
If they do that, then they might as well say, "Well, this is our last season anyway. Take it and run with it." You know what I mean? Because that wouldn't make no sense. That's what makes the show. That it's just pure wildness, yo. It's you got to think about who they are, yo. Like Homelander is finally saying, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I can kill everybody here and not fucking care." Like he's getting to that point, you know. But thank God he had a child on the earth for him to say, "Oh, I got a kid. Maybe I have to be a little bit better." You know what I mean? But again, this is the whole situation. You know, them just absolutely not caring about regular old humans. Like
zero Fs. Just zero.
We're superior.
Fs.
You guys are beneath us.
Yeah.
Zero
like
Fs.
we took. Some of us was in a test tube. Some of us took the blue stuff. You know what I mean? So you know that's just what it is.
But getting back to this season, you kind of feel bad for Homelander. I feel bad for him only because he's trying to struggle to find himself in society, even though he's doing all these great things, but nobody really cares. He just wants
get great things.
Well, he's a superhero, so he goes save people, but then he also doesn't have a heart, doesn't care. All he wants is to be with his kid. You know, that's
you misunderstand. He does care. He does cares about ratings. He does care about. He wants people's love. When you see him have that conversation, he wants that.
Gotcha. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
He wants that. It's not that he don't care. He's like he wants all that affection.
He wants the affection, but he's not getting it. And then he wants his kid. He wants to raise his kid the right way. You know, like we don't know what's the right way. Maybe not his way, but when you get to the end of the season, you kind of see that.
Yeah. I kind of see him.
You kind of see that.
I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see where that's going. You know, but think about it like this now. You know, this dude Homelander just killed somebody in front of the public eye because he threw a can. They threw a can at his kid, so he was comfortable with saying. Everybody was comfortable with like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's why we need those powers if people act up. So you gave Homelander permission to just lose his shit. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know, to be honest, because at this point, if they're rooting for him, saying that, you know, he's allowed to do what he can because he wants to do what he want to do, well, what makes you think he's not going to stop doing whatever he wants to do? He's a superhero. Duh.
Do whatever he
Right,
wants.
He do whatever he wants. Ain't nobody gonna stop him. But what stops him is he's a softie because he has two
Mhm.
different personalities, and you know, he's misogynist.
Mhm.
He's paranoid. He has all these different connotations to him, and he just doesn't know what he wants. Does he
Right.
want to have love? Does he want to have control? Does he want to have the love and the respect of the people? You know, the people that are beneath.
Well, he
him?
got it anyway. At the end,
But is it through fear or is it through through
like
genuine
what
love?
was Luke's ex-wife's husband? He was at the rally,
Mhm.
and when he saw Homelander kill the guy with the laser,
He was
he was
cheering
like,
them. He
"Yeah!"
was cheering them on.
Right.
And
Right,
that's
right.
that's a representation of what's kind of going on right now. Everyone kind of like takes sides,
But that's
Of
life,
course.
bro.
Of
That's
course.
you
life.
know.
That's life.
So
Yeah.
you know, like they don't want to believe what's going on, and then they see it happening in front of them, they still don't believe it. You know.
And that's gonna be the scary part. He's gonna do a lot of whatever he wants to a degree. It's gonna be brutal. Season 4, I think. You know, so I can't wait for it. But what I want to know is this: you know, why is the boys, and I'm talking about the the ones who hate the superheroes / villains who got the powers, why are they just not taking the blue stuff? I would have took that shit a long time ago.
Maybe they don't know that they could. I don't know. I don't
Instead
know.
of taking the temporary one.
Yeah. Like the green stuff can kill you, but the blue stuff is like, ooh, you strong.
Yeah, the blue stuff is permanent. It's a permanent.
I think it's just I don't even know. I don't know if it's the method of what we're talking about. We're talking about the boys. So with the boys, we're saying that it's an elevated porn show. That's basically what it is. And we're trying to figure out if the humans want to be at their level, what do they have to do in order to do that? So they have to take the blue stuff. Okay, fine, take the blue stuff. But
Right.
you're a superhero. What does that do for you? Like, you want to join VOT? Is that
No.
what's the purpose
Well,
of it?
technically, if you want to play on the same field, you want to level the battlefield, you kind of got to be at the level.
Got no choice.
You got no choice.
But I ain't trying to be in no battle with anybody.
But now it comes to
What do you
to a question of your moral values, and you just kind of see that.
I'm Homelander ain't got no values.
No, I'm talking
He
about
ain't got no morals.
I'm talking about what's his name?
Talking about Mother's
Butcher.
Milk.
Mother's Milk and Butcher. Mother's Milk is like, yo, bro, we could get these guys without taking the thing. Why you gotta take it? And then Butcher's
Yeah.
like, well, if you want to be on the battle in the playing field, you got to level up to their status to how to beat them.
Right.
Yeah. It's like every time I see Mother's Milk, man, I'm like, is this guy bringing a gun again? Why? Like,
Freaking Mother's Milk always shows up with a gun, and then
Yo, my
he's
man, when
knocked
he
out.
showed up at the when he showed up at the mansion with the hero gasm, and like he thought he was gonna shoot him. You thought that was really gonna do anything? Like what?
Yeah.
Like what?
And then-
Come on now.
and then he put his fist up like he was gonna, like it's really
Like he was
time
gonna go toe to
What?
toe with him.
Was
Like you can't do that. Like, come on. Like, you can't go ahead and think that if you're going to be going head toe to toe, head to head with a superhero, that you think that you bring in a knife to the gunfight. Like, it ain't gonna
Right.
happen. It's not gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
bringing
you
a
have
gun
to-
to a superhero fight.
Yeah, whatever the term is, like, it's not happening.
Yeah. It's
You know,
just-
but
it just got whack, yo. It got whacked to that degree for me, for Mother's Milk. Like his character, and he's so strong, you know. He was willing not to take that stuff. He want to stand firm, but it's like, so you're still giving him rifles?
you can only stay so firm for so long. Pause.
you only can stay firm for so long.
Exactly.
Literally. It was just weird to me, man.
It's like if you can't beat them, join them kind of deals. You know, like it's.
But then again, Mother's Milk is always saying that we have to draw the line somewhere, but like they don't see the line. The
Yeah, superheroes don't have a line.
They don't have a line. They don't see
cross
the
it.
line. They cross the line all the time.
Yeah,
Just
all the
like
time.
these producers cross this line.
No, they didn't. I think we
Yes,
needed.
they did. They crossed the
I think
line.
we needed it.
Ain't no PG-13, nothing but the NC-17 rating, bro. I was saying it has to come with a warning sign. I was like, yo, what is going on here? Like, the boys are crazy. The boys are crazy. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, you're going to go see it on Prime. The boys are insane.
Yeah, like it's one of those shows where something happens in every episode and your face is like this.
Yeah, your mouth is open. Jaw drop every
Yeah,
time something comes up on the
episode.
freaking show. Like, what is going on? Like, what is going
Like,
on?
crying out loud, my man was smashing an octopus, man. It had to be a point. It had to be a point where you say, don't smash no more octopus.
When do you say enough is enough? When do you when do you say enough is enough?
Yeah,
No,
but
you
you
know
also
what-
got to
you know
remember
what-
they introduced new characters too.
Right, they introduced new characters.
You know,
as
Soldier
well.
Boy.
Right,
He
but
was like the original Captain America.
right, but the thing is that he
Right.
was going to be the one that was going to bring Homelander down. That was like the whole premise of it. That's why
Yeah.
they wanted to come and team up with him, but he was no better either. That's why his other teammates, and again, it mirrored the story. The same way that the team went against Soldier Boy, his
team going against Homelander.
Homelander's team went against
So
him.
history repeated itself.
History repeated itself, and then he turns around. He said, "Oh, I am your father." I was like, "What?"
So
I was like, "What?"
I am your father.
I am your
Yep,
father. I was like, "Oh, come on! Did you not see that coming?" But then you were saying your theory was that the Jewish lady. Oh my god,
Stormfront.
Stormfront was the mother.
Yeah, that was one of the theories.
That
That,
was
that
one of your-
Stormfront was Homelander's
Hold on,
actual
she was
mom.
Jewish?
Yeah.
She was
Well,
Jewish,
no,
Nazi.
she was
I
a
mean,
Nazi.
I mean,
Oh,
because
I was
she
about
had a problem with the Jewish. That she's a Nazi. Sorry, my fault.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Nazi,
so the theory was that she was Homelander's mother, created with Soldier Boy.
right.
But then we find out that it wasn't. He was created in the lab,
Test tube.
test tube, baby, grown out of Soldier Boy's genes.
I thought you were gonna say he's not.
Look. So there's so many stuff that I loved about this show, but one thing that I'm gonna say that I didn't like about this show is how they did my boy Noir, Black Noir, man. That was some bullshit. That was absolute bullshit.
Explain.
Well, like, so you hyped up the character, right? Me and a friend was talking about this. We hyped up a character who he's so mysterious, right? I mean, for like 3 seasons, and we're like, yo, Black Noir, and then we
his face is exposed right in season 4.
Right.
Well, you
so-
see what happened to this guy. Why he don't talk?
hold on, Dirty, hold on. You gotta think about it. It's all of it. You gave us all of that to be like, I wonder if Black Noir could do this, and this to particular superheroes, because that's what we're thinking. Because it looked like he's about to change sides. It's like, yo, he looked like he had enough, right?
Because he was contemplating, right? with those cartoons. Okay.
Around. He comes, yeah. You just said it, Arkle. Comes with cartoons, like belittle him,
Mhm.
just to go to the next episode to say, like, I thought you were my friend, and then takes his guts out in a single blow, and the end of Black Noir. Like, that was some complete bullshit, yo. That was just like awful, pure nonsense. It was like, yo,
Okay,
that's
but
are you gonna end his character?
but here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, remember the years of betrayal.
The yield of betrayal. Because if
so you were basically my friend for just out
all
of pity.
this time, and you ain't say none to me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? That because that's how
That's it.
Homelander's
That's-
narcissistic. He's an asshole. He is going
Uh-huh.
to everything is about him. So if
Right.
somebody has some sort of betrayal, it said the same thing with oh my god, with the oh my god, the girl,
Countess,
not Countess,
Starlight,
not Starlight. Oh Jesus, I just slipped my mind.
Queen Maeve.
Yeah, Queen Maeve, right? The same thing with her. She made it seem like, I feel sorry for you. And he's like, well, why would you feel sorry for me if you and I are on the same page? Like you understand what I've been going through, right?
Mhm.
So then why are you betraying me in this way? Because you're a straight up asshole. That's basically what it is. You are an
Right.
overall bad individual.
Right.
This is why people turn against him. But with Black Noir, he felt, I think he was seeing the same scenario.
With
Homelander.
With Soldier Boy, yep.
With Soldier Boy. He was seeing the mirror. It was like, oh, I don't know.
This guy got to go. This guy got to go.
You know what I mean? So if he needs to protect himself in that way, he's going to go side with who he can. So Black Noir was under the impression, like, I know I ran away, but Homelander's got my back. And then Homelander turned around and was like, oh, you lied to me?
He like, it's crazy because like with his X-ray vision, he's like, I see how your look right now. I see, and just killed him.
Yeah, just killed him.
Yeah, no. He said no. He said he know what he been through. He seen, with his X-ray, he's seen all the scars. He knew who he was.
And he see his facial expression. He knew that he's lying to him. So
he's like, I could tell when you're lying. I could tell when you're happy. I could tell when you're sad.
Because he sees through the mask with his vision. Yep.
So it's just like it's.
But it was at that point.
His death was messed up.
He died.
My dad. They never asked Black Noir that.
No, but the fact that he knew that that Homelander was part of Soldier Boy, was created from Soldier Boy, because that's the reason why the team gave him up in the beginning, Soldier Boy, to the Russians, because that was part of what the what's the name's character, the president of Vought. He knew that they created this successful baby that would be one day would be just as powerful as Soldier Boy, so therefore they don't need Soldier Boy. So he convinced the team. Do what you got to do to give him up, and that's what they did.
It's just amazing to me. Like how they ended his character. It was pure. It was crappy.
So, but it was. I'm sorry.
It wasn't a fair shake for a character like that. You know what I mean? For him to be that long overall, from back in the day till now. Like it wasn't a fair shake, you know what I mean? It's like they could have done better. Because here's my. So we started to notice how weak Starlight Powers is. I mean, that joint is just nothing. It's just like what is this? It's literally sprinkles, heavy sprinkles at this point. And so you let the lady with the heavy sprinkles stay, but you let Black Noir, who could do all of that, go. Get killed that instantly? Come on, guys. Do better. It's just unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? That's just my take on that. He was going to be one of my favorite characters, but now it is what it is. it is what it is.
Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel.
Hey, Oracle, I don't feel good.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. But I think from developing from characters that were from season 1 to season 4, when we see Starlight and we see Huey, now we see Hewitt differently because now I the way I want to say it, I don't want to say it, but I'm like, he a punk bitch because now he's like, all I want to do is save you, Starlight. You sound like a big old girl. Stop it.
Right.
And Starlight is trying to tell you, listen, I don't care about that. I don't want you to have your powers. I want you to live. I loved you when you were human. Or whatever. You a big punk. You just got entangled into this because your ex-girlfriend got killed by a superhero. That's how you got entangled into this. So basically, I really feel like if he had any involvement, I think he was the most useful was when he was in office. When he was on the department
tracking them out,
and I think that was where he was the most useful. When you're on the team, it's like, how can you be useful? I was like, all right, so now you're naked and you're disappearing with other people. Okay, that's real useful.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. And Huey, he's always into something. He's always getting slapped around. It's just now he's just butt naked. Yeah,
now you butt naked.
I mean, butt naked, like Nightcrawler, just.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're giving them more reason to get on your ass now. It's just come on now. Don't feed to the fire. Don't give them reason to make more fun of you. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, fam. so when they, they probably read the contract and they said, so Huey, this is gonna be a role. It's gonna be a lot of dramatic parts for you because your character is soft as a motherfucker. So in season 4, we're gonna make you naked as a superpower. You cool with that? He's probably gonna say, "Yo, it is what it is."
Well, as many zeros that came behind it, I think it's fine. I'll accept it. I'll accept the offer. But
Yeah, it's
I mean, I don't know.
ridiculous show. Ridiculous
Yeah, I don't
show. But I mean, I respect it because everybody got a situation, regardless. Don't get me wrong, Butcher, Homelander, their situation is the best. You know what I mean? They just like Butcher just doesn't care anymore. To be honest, that
No, I
dude's
don't think
ready
he ever cared.
Right.
I don't think he ever cared. And I think what only confirmed that was really when his wife died. I really turned for him that it's just confirmed. It's just like, I got to do something.
At the end of the day, he made a promise to her that
Yeah.
he'll always protect little Homelander, mini Homelander.
Yeah.
That didn't work out for him anyway.
Well, it's technically he did because he protected him from Soldier Boy. Technically, they were on the same page at the end.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, they wasn't.
No. But what I'm saying is that, do you think that it's going to make a difference now? Do you think that now mini Homelander is going to follow in his footsteps of his father?
Probably. We got to find out season 4, but I think it will. I think he will. Unless Butcher has say has a different say in the kid storyline to save him from Homelander.
Well, I don't know. My man got probably like a year to live, so I don't know. I don't know how much say he's gonna have.
He got a season.
If that. If he don't get himself killed.
But again, I go back to he might just take the blue shit and see what happens, huh? Just take the blue stuff.
I thought that's exactly how I was gonna end the season. In order to save Butcher, he was gonna get permanent powers. That's what I really thought.
That would have been a good. That would have
That's what
been
I
like
thought.
it would have been a great ending to that.
Yeah,
Be like, in order to save him, you just gotta shoot him up in the spine.
shoot him up.
Right.
Between
right.
the L1 and the L2. Just shoot him up.
So I
And,
was thinking.
mhm.
I was thinking the only way they're gonna like beat this guy, right? So I'm just spitting out a prediction how they gonna beat Homelander, because God willing, Soldier Boy doesn't wake up again, because that's gonna be an ultimate problem. Because that dude is just hard to beat. Like he's a situation, right? So for Homelander, they're gonna have to pull a Superman, and like the strongest guy's gonna have to snap the guy's neck, so we can be like, whew, finally, this guy was a handful. You know what I mean? It's like everybody went at him.
Okay, so then who's gonna stop the guy that snapped Homelander's neck? Because he's not gonna just come through and be like,
It might
You
be
know,
his
not
son.
like-
well, in comic book theories, there's always a alien from another planet that has a hatred for Kryptonians.
Just messing shit up.
right?
So it's gonna be somebody from another planet. You never know. We already got heroes with abilities, so now they just got to introduce aliens now.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's just what it is, man. It's one of those situations where it's like when you make these shows like about superheroes, you're gonna copy. You can't. It's not the easiest thing to do, but to be like, well, we're just gonna mimic this show a little bit, but not make it Superman as Superman for our show, but mix it up a little bit. This is the reason, that's the reason, this is a particular power or whatnot. It's like a drug story, those shows where it talks about taking over the block. There's millions of them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Could you imagine somebody saying they're gonna sue you because you made a show talk about, being a hustler? Like, dude, what? So you're suing everybody? It's like, that's impossible. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna happen. It's always gonna, but oh man, I hate to agree with Oracle on this one. She's gonna gloat. But yeah, it's just like it's a whole lot of like
Give it to me.
superhero porn.
Give it to
A
me.
whole lot of superhero.
Give it to me. Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't get me wrong. There have been great shows that do not have to have that element, but it's just like you just waving it everywhere. Like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on? I'm not a fan of porn, but I was just like, I don't watch it personally. I just have no interest in it, but I don't have to. I just have to watch the boys just waving it around,
All in, dangling, all in
up
your
in your
face.
face.
All in your face.
What is going on here?
Look, it was too much. It was too much at times. Like, again, my
It
face
was.
like this.
The eyes were like this, got me all cross-eyed, and I was just like this. I was like, what? I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa! I was like, yo, what is going on?
Don't forget, because we still have a couple more. Your boy who got a new heart is over here, dragging people's face for like 20 miles. It's like, yeah.
Like Steph had a.
Oh my!
She had a theory, and we had to rewind it a few times. How did his brother get hit? Because he wasn't even in the frame when
I kept saying it.
What's his name? Blue Hawk.
Blue Hawk, yeah, that racist bum.
When Blue Hawk was going in there swinging, throwing people around, like his brother was like, his brother was on the other side of the room. So how he get paralyzed?
I don't
know. And we had to rewind it a few times, and we don't see the brother anywhere near the shot.
Anywhere near the shot.
His brother was like next to A-Train the whole time, and all of a sudden now he's paralyzed. He's on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, I was confused. I think they messed up. I think they really messed up because
also editing effed up on that. All right, cool, because that wasn't just me, and I was just like, he was over there.
He was next to A-Train.
He was not.
He wasn't nowhere near Blue Hawk.
I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Right.
That got me. And he kept on getting mad with me. I was like, he wasn't even there.
I'm like, he's right there. Like, no, he's right here. He was in the middle, and now he was nowhere near the shot. Now all of a sudden he's on the floor.
Yeah.
Paralyzed.
I was like, I ain't paralyzed. I was like, you didn't even touch him.
I'm thinking they threw somebody. I'm thinking they threw somebody so hard that they threw him to his brother, and then he messed up his back or something. I don't know. I couldn't call it, but
we rewinded the shot so many times. We see the guy that had like the similar hoodie. He throws him against the other room, but not in the direction where what's his name was. So we were like, how did he get paralyzed? We can't make the correlation. We were like, what? Somebody messed up. Unless the guy to show us a different angle.
I saw us a different angle or something, because I was not convinced. I was just like, how did he even get paralyzed? He wasn't even.
I think they basically said, hey guys, we messed up, but don't worry about
it.
He was
just he was in a crossfire. Let's continue with the story. Keep going.
Keep it going.
Or the director just said, we got renewed for season 4. We'll be fine.
We'll be all right.
Like, we're not gonna do the scene over, yo. It costs too much, He's rubber band,
Yeah, but the thing with that was that scene when at the end that he dragged him. And I was just like, yo, my man is like sacrificing himself because he knew he wasn't supposed to be running.
Right.
So, man, he took a chance. He was like, you know what? This is it. I've met my maker. We're here.
Right. You know what? I'm surprised that Homelander didn't kill him on the spot when he mentioned that part. When he killed one of our own. It was just about just fuck out of it. I never liked you for real. Like, this is it though. He let him live. And make it worse, he made baby girl with the red hair take her wig off. I was like, oh, that's just messed up. What did she do wrong? Like, really? Did she deserve that?
She's just another pawn. She's just another piece.
She thinks she runs shit, but she don't.
She runs things. And that correlation where she had that meeting with Starlight, she's like, don't come in here and interrupting him. And then, you can actually see the fear in her eyes. She
absolutely
knows that she doesn't have any powers. She's like, I don't have any powers. Like, bitch, we know you ain't got no powers. Like, that's why you pulling out your hair. Like, come on now.
Take the wig off.
Take your wig off. Like, I kind of saw it like when she was like gnawing at her hand. I was like, yo, she's gonna go bald by the end of the season. And what did I say? I was like, yo.
She like Fire Marshal Bill. Let me tell you something.
That one little baby head sticking out. Like, let me tell you something.
But you know what though? Her character had to be that strong, or had to be that rude, had to be that narcissist to a degree
to survive.
To survive, like
for sure.
No choice. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What if she takes the blue pill, the blue stuff?
Nah, she ain't taking it.
How you know?
How do we?
She's too weak. She's too weak. She gonna die.
What do you mean she weak? She had to deal with all this BS, with all this PR and everything.
Yeah, but she ain't no alpha. I'm guarantee
She
you right
ain't no
there. She ain't no
alpha.
alpha.
Man, please.
Well, we're not.
She's just
not
damage
worried
control.
about-
That's all it is.
Well, all
But
right.
yeah, but we're not worried about her being an alpha. But she got the authority to go downstairs if she wants.
But she not. She ain't.
Don't think
she
she-
ain't going.
She didn't think about it that far. You think?
Nope. Nope.
That's interesting. I think we're gonna leave that for season 5 to find out. You know what
Yep.
my prediction is. And somebody else was telling me about it, and they actually mentioned it. They said, "Yo, she might take the blue stuff and be like, enough is enough."
Nah,
That would be
I
awesome.
doubt it.
I think she dies.
Yeah, but
though.
here's
But you got to remember, you don't know if
you don't know
her
what
body,
type of power you're
if her
gonna
body, no, not
take.
type of power. You don't know if her body's compatible with the blue stuff. You know, and I don't think everybody just can just easily take it. What if your body doesn't accept it? You're gonna die.
Rejects it
It rejects it and die.
True.
So you don't know.
True, but green, but they said the green stuff, nobody's body is good for it. It's like
Yeah,
you take it 3 times.
it's just
yo, you're
temporary.
most
Just
likely-
temporary.
It does a
Right.
body good. Nope.
Nope. Like, so that's gonna be interesting, yo. So you got any more? Let's see. So Steph went crazy about the heroic porn. I went crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dre, what did you say? You went crazy about the
My thing was the Homelander, feeling bad for Homelander, and at the
Okay,
end, you know, like when he was getting beat up by Queen Maeve, he was like,
Mhm.
"Dude," he's like, "I don't want to fight you," you know, and
Right.
she's giving it to him, and he's just taking it. He's like, "Listen, we
Right.
have to deal with this guy here. Come on,
We
stop.
got bigger things.
We got
to-
bigger things to worry about besides me." You know, all to
Right.
protect his son. You know, which
right.
kind of,
So you see the shift in Homelander,
Yeah.
which is appreciated,
and then you see the shift in Butcher. It's like,
and you see the shift in Maeve too, because she literally sacrificed herself.
Yep.
So
Right.
and
And
Ashley
don't-
deleted the video at the end, and I
Yep.
was just like, why she deleted it? And I was like, I
Right.
was like,
right.
that's
And
it.
don't get it twisted. At the end of the day, it was basically, well, Soldier Boy was like, I'm gonna kill my son and my grandson real quick. So it was that part that you was like, yo, fam, really? Like, I just told you who I am to you. Wow, this is crazy. So dude was gone. You know what I mean? Soldier Boy was gone. But yeah, and at the end of the day, for me, it's the guy who's smashing the squid. It's like, yo, fam, enough is enough already. Enough is enough already. Like,
no, you know what the other thing was? It was like his whole story was a freaking scumbag from the beginning.
Who, Soldier Boy?
No, Deep.
The
He
deep.
was a scumbag from the day. I never liked him. I mean, I like him in real life because he's great at what he portrays, but I just never liked the
Oh, I
character
love the
Deep.
character. Hilarious. So
I
funny.
freaking I never liked him. He's a freaking scumbag. And then he have his wife that's telling him what to do. And then how now she has a tell-all book about him. I'm just like, yo, you set yourself up, bro. Like, seriously.
He did. Like, he was smashing the squid in front of his wife. Like you thought she was just gonna hop in here naked.
He's like, oh, let's have a threesome. Okay, who you want to
Right.
pick? Oh, she's right here. What's up, the octopus? What was her name? Oh, like Meet Lola or something?
Sheila.
Sheila?
Who knows? Who knows?
I think her name was Octania or something like that.
Octavia.
Like, dude. But look,
Yeah.
I can't right now, man. But look, rating. Oracle, we'll start with you.
I'll give it 9.
Wanna-
For sure, 9. Yeah, for sure.
Still a 9.
Still a 9. I feel like there were other things that could have been resolved. I didn't like Black Noir's death for sure. I didn't like that. I didn't like Soldier Boy's idea of himself. But again, this is the reason why his team turned against him. I did enjoy Starlight's story where she was really trying to get her powers at the end. She was like literally flying. I'm like, good for her. But I was getting annoyed with Huey at one point. I was just like, Huey, my man, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You don't need to go over there and save her. She can save herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that Maeve kind of gave up her life and, you know, she sacrificed herself, knowing at the end of the day, like, she was not going to be happy about it. But I'm glad that she was able to live at that point. And it was just like the overlord, like, we haven't mentioned, you know, Moncur and the Frenchman and
Kamiko.
Kamiko. So for me, I love that storyline, but it also like, why are we doing Broadway? Like why are we doing musicals? Because there's always some point and some season somebody's got to do a musical. Don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
love musicals. Don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
love me a
Right.
musical, but it's like it didn't fit for the boys. It was just like polar opposites. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what
I
are
mean, I
we
get
doing
it.
here?
It was a dream, but I get it.
Right,
you
it
know
was
what
a
I mean?
dream. Right, it was a dream.
But it's still
So,
like we don't need this.
yeah,
you know
like
what I
I was
mean?
like, I didn't need that at that point, but
Probably thousands of hours of editing, and they just said, "Let's just run with it."
yeah,
You know what
let's
I
just
mean?
run with it.
Um,
You know, Mother's Milk story. I love the fact that he was finally admitting that he did have a problem with his anxiety, with his
Right.
PTSD, his connection to Soldier Boy. That it was
Right.
ran deep for him. It ran deep for
Yeah.
him, and I love the fact that he's still trying to have a moral compass. But it's just like,
Right.
my man, you got to give that up because you gonna lose. Or
Yeah,
he
like-
got drugged by Butcher. He's like, I didn't want to get you involved. You know, they're always
Right.
constantly trying to save him from himself. But it's like you have to understand why he gets so angry. You have to understand why the position that he is in. And he's able to share his story with his daughter and show his vulnerability, that it is something that's part of him. And the whole time he was trying to hide it when he should have just been
Right.
open and said it from the beginning. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that to me was very important to see that connection. But I didn't like the husband, the new stepfather. I don't like him.
Yeah, it was a clown.
You
was a
a
clown.
scumbag. Like, you're a scumbag. Like
I
don't
was
like
like, baby girl, you let this dude wife you?
you. Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, he must have
Okay.
good money.
Finance on point.
Finances must be on point.
On point.
Like
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
really the story between Homelander, like now you see an arc of Homelander. Now you see this guy, and he was the character that you love to hate. Now he's
Right.
the character that you feel sorry for.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you know, I wish in the next season that they'll come and they'll approach and close that gap. But I enjoyed the season. It was
Don't play him out of emotions, Amazon.
yeah.
I love the character, hate the character. Which one you get to do?
Like, I can't have both. I can't have both.
Right.
But I did enjoy the season. I love that they're stepping out of these boundaries, and now they're taking it to the next level. And this is what it is. You set it up. I'm like, what are we doing for the next season? You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to
Right.
that. It was an amazing season. So that's
Mhm.
really what I have to say about that.
Okay. Dirty.
If you haven't had a
I'm
chance,
the
see it on
same-
Prime.
I'm the same thing. I agree with her. You know, like they did a phenomenal job on this season. If we had to rate it, are we gonna rate it now or no? We're
I
gonna wait.
already rated it. I said
Yeah,
nine.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I give it a 9. You know, they gave us the all these different things that go above beyond the standard practices on television. You know, they gave us Herogasm. They gave us what do you call it? Animal life, mammal life. You know, the octopus, something that we've never seen before on TV.
No,
Oh
no,
my
it's
God.
been seen.
It's been seen before?
done.
It was done
but
before?
It's been in porn. Like it's in Animal Kingdom.
I'm looking right now. What was the octopus's name? But I only found when he ate the other octopus. His name was Timothy, and that was the Deep's friend. So Homelander made him eat Timothy. Hello, how is it? Oh, it tastes good.
Jeez
You
Louise.
see how
That's-
terrible Homelander is.
But actually, the term Timothy comes from the actual dish of eating octopus. It's called Timothy with an I at the end.
Oh. I didn't know
oh,
Yeah, so that's why like PETA gave it an award for having authenticity, something like that. Something about PETA.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't
It
know
was just
that
the fact that they introduced the name as Timothy. That was a Deep's friend, Timothy. Homelander made him meet him, and like I said, you know, I love how Amazon gives us that. You make us hate a character, like you said, hate a character, and then we kind of feel sorry for him. And I do feel sorry for him because he looked like he just needs a hug.
Right.
And that's it, man. I give it shit.
the last time somebody gave him a hug, they ended up dead.
Yeah,
Freaking Nor. It's like, I took his thing.
yeah.
Tested it.
So that's my thing.
Don't give Homelander no hug. You forget him,
Yeah.
yo.
The Bruce Lee joint.
My man did what is it? What was it? A Bloodsport? My man. My man. Bloodsport.
He did the Jean-Claude
Talking
Van
about
Damme.
intestines, right?
Yep, yep.
In our next show, we're going to be talking about intestines too.
Oh my God, yeah. So I mean, this show is still addictive. It's an addictive show, man. It's have to watch week in and week out, you know. So that's why I gave it a 9 easily, probably a 9 and some change, because we've never seen a show like this. You know, superheroes gone mad. You know, we've seen that in. I mean, I don't know if you watch animations like that, guys, but I love animations. The Marvels, the Justice League. You know, so they always mix it up, even in the comic books in Justice League, where the Superman lost it and all of that. So that's why I love it, because they're creating what if the superheroes decided to do this, or decided to get paid for money to help people, you know.
Right.
And it's just about what it is, you know. I just love the fact that one superhero in the show who said, yo, look, I want my powers back, Kamiko,
Oh,
because
Kamiko.
I got to protect my family, and you're my
Mhm.
Frenchie. Like, there's no way I couldn't do nothing. I almost died, and I was over here hurting and died. So yeah, that's why I want my superhero powers back. You know, give me the blue stuff. You know, so it's just so many things.
My
The
body,
narcissist-
my choice.
facts. Facts. You're stupid at that, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about I don't feel sorry for Homelander, because he killed good people, and he's just awful. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's a narcissist times 100. You know, he gave him a so it might be even worse now. You know, he's not gonna calm down. You know, he's probably gonna try to become president of the United States at this point. You know,
I mean, the pieces are moving, you know, how in
Right.
the sense that at the end where
With
we
Newman.
see with Newman, right?
Yeah.
She is
Right.
the one
The
that's
headbuster.
headbuster. It's just say, "Wah, bah," you know, so with Newman,
she's
the
VP
pieces
now.
are moving. Yeah, the pieces
Right,
are moving.
right.
So in that
VP
direction.
of the whole
so.
movement.
Oh, yeah.
So you know, it's just, man, this show just this show surprises you. It surprises
Oh,
you
it
every time.
sure did.
It was just like, what the? See, you know, next episode, what the? Next episode, what the?
WTF, WTF.
Yep. Standard and procedures.
Stop.
That's why it's there.
It didn't stop. You know. So yeah, I give it a cool 9 and some change, y'all. I don't want to argue with nobody, so I don't want people to be like, what's the point? Something for they had a 9. You know, so again, that's another show by 20 Talk 20. That's 27 out of 30. If Ken Karim was here, he probably would have gave it a 7.4. Only God knows why. And we probably would have been going back.
That rating was better than Stranger Things. He said you would give Stranger Things 7.1.
Oh wow.
Scooby-Doo.
So he probably would have 7 point. He would have found something. He would have been like, we're too nice.
Probably,
you know?
no. He probably would have given an 8. Because
You think so?
you know how Kim Karim is.
Yeesh.
Like he
I-
storylines.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Remember
you
for
got
Ken Karim-
because you guys are more familiar with the comic book in a sense, and there's a more
Yeah, but that was the
respect.
boys comic book.
No, so I'm saying, is it correlate? Do they correlate?
No, it's not Marvel, so it's a whole different line.
No, well, it doesn't matter. It's a comic book. It's the genre. It's the respect. The you know,
Right, but
the parallel that they have.
but like I said, I don't know if Ansar has read the comics to compare, you know, between the
okay.
show and we don't know know how raunchy the comic book is because we never read it.
All right,
Right.
we don't really understand. Right. No, you're right about
Right. I never read it, so yeah. So that makes sense too.
So we can't compare. Like, you know, we could just probably say, oh, is it an adaptation of the comic book? But how accurate to the comic book it is, we don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe everything we're seeing, it's
Right.
depicted,
And we're
Right.
just the first to know.
and we're
about
just seeing it just because on
now,
TV, you know.
because we don't know about it.
Right? Maybe the fans of the
Maybe
boys maybe don't like the direction that the show's going. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay, that's fair to say. That's fair
Interesting.
to say.
Yeah. That's interesting. So look, before we go into the last Oracle, please remind them where they can find us at.
Absolutely. 20 Talk 20. Where can you find us? We are on Anchor. We're on Spotify. We're on Google. On Breaker Radio. We're on Radio Public. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Pandora. We're on Amazon. And we're on Castbox. So you can follow us on TikTok, follow us on
Mhm.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and follow us on YouTube. We're going to be talking about all different shows. You can let us know what we need to see or what we shouldn't see. And definitely,
Mhm.
we're going to be trying to give you as much as we can. But follow us, let us know. And this is what it is. This is what it
This
is.
is what it
There's so
is.
many new things coming out. And
Mhm.
if you haven't, caught up and listened to those past episodes, go and listen to those past episodes and find them wherever you listen to your podcast.
Right. I mean, that's just what it is, man. Like we're over here, we're straight to the cut. We're straight to it. You know what I mean? So last but not least, and I can't believe you guys said this is save the best for last. Wow. The Terminal List, storing
Come on
our
now,
boy,
give it to me. Give it to me,
Chris
Ern.
Pratt, Constance Wu, Tella Kitts. I mean, you got a slew of people over here who just been on here forever. JD Pardo, you know what I mean? He's in the Mayans. I don't know if you get a chance to watch that show, but that show is fantastic. The other season just finished a couple months back. Okay, so first and foremost, shout out to Chris Pratt, man. From where he's come from to what he's doing now, from Parks and Recreation.
He's not that man from Lego Movie. I tell you that. He ain't Emmett no more.
Boy, boy. He first and foremost, if I don't know, he's the producer of the show.
Of the show, yep.
Absolutely, right? So now he's taking a deep dive into, I mean, I can't say of superheroism because he's been a superhero for the past.
No, this is military. This is straight military revenge story line. That's all I got to say about that.
So let me ask you this: is this Punisher type movement?
I mean, I think it fits in the category, but I think there is a very creative way for how this storyline takes a turn. Dirty was telling me before that this actual series was based on a book, so it's really based on the military style, the
revenge
flick, like series type that focuses on so many different types of turns that deal with the military life, the military family, military obligations, training. It's all encompassed in how a soldier lives and breathes the training and in that world, in that vicinity. And how order is taken, and how things can turn for the worse, and how shit like turn real quick in this story. Like twist.
It's the Terminal List it's written by Jack Carr, and it's a 3-book series. So you have the Terminal List, True Believer, and Savage Son.
Oh, Savage is
so we're gonna see hopefully another 2-3 more seasons of Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Savage. And look, I want to, and I love shows like this because, again, we're talking about how, the Marvel movie getting to the stage 4. Justice League is still, in my opinion, finding their way. God willing, The Rock did something magical for us when that movie comes out in October with his movie. And you got these shows. Who are damn near movies, if you want to be honest, and they're doing a hell of a job, from Amazon to Netflix saying, yo, we got a gem for you, but it's not an hour. It's a good, just about 8 hours worth. Enjoy, So I love this show. I ain't gonna lie to you. I loved every minute of it, yo. From beginning to end. It was pure savagery. I didn't know it was gonna be that much savagery though. I was like, but
this is why we didn't say anything in the group chat.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you gotta watch Terminal List. That's it. I text Ansel, you gotta watch Terminal List.
It.
He's like, is it that good? I'm like, bro,
watch it.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Watch it.
And this is one of the movies that I enjoy only because I do like military revenge flicks. And I have a list here of there's more movies to this list, but these are some of just the ones that kind of like are similar to this movie.
Like mimic
and I love it because once you kill my family, that's it. I'm going for broke. ain't nothing gonna stop me from coming after you.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure.
And this is exactly the premise of the show. And you have similar movies like American Assassin. You know, they killed his wife and his family. Without Remorse, they killed his wife. Gladiator, which is like a Roman military thing.
You going way back.
Reacher, they killed his brother. My man's going for broke.
Oh,
you got Punisher, they killed his wife.
right.
Walking Tall. You got Gemini Man, was a little different, but it's similar. You know, you got John Wick.
John Wick.
You can't exclude John Wick from this category.
What? Just because they killed his dog?
They killed his dog and his wife.
No, his wife died from cancer.
Oh, is that what cancer? But you killed his dog.
killed
It's a revenge flick. These are awesome. And then you got Charles Bronson, Death Wish, bro.
Come
You
on
gotta
now.
go back to the 80s and the Death Wish.
Come on now.
Yep.
Give
Oh,
it
the
to me.
80s. Oh my
You know,
god.
Give it
and
to
the
me.
list go on and there's something about these type of movies that you're like, oh my god, I want justice for his family.
Yeah.
I want justice for him. And this show does not disappoint.
Not at
No.
all.
It gave us that raw grittiness, and then when you find out why, it's even blow your mind even more.
Yeah.
This is
it was
one hell of a ride of a show, and we were like, we gotta keep watching. I'm like, I'm on my way to work, and I'm watching it in the car ride.
And I told them, I was
on
like,
the train.
I'm gonna watch it without you because I won't
She'll
watch a
wait.
show.
She'll
I'll
wait.
wait. I'll usually wait to see something together. It's like, no, I'll wait till you get home. Nope, it didn't apply to this show. Sorry, nope. It's like, nope.
And just to see Chris Pratt
In his element.
in this element, and not just being, he was funny, but this is a whole different.
Oh,
this is more a dramatic Chris Pratt.
loved it.
Yeah.
What was the group chat saying that they said that Jurassic Park was so bad because he was focused?
Yeah, Jurassic Park was so bad because he focused on on Terminal List.
On this show.
My man brought the A game to Terminal List.
Yeah.
He brought his A game.
I mean, shoot, the best you could bring an A into Jurassic is just the right.
Listen, if they would have killed Blue in Jurassic Park, I think he would have done the same thing.
The revenge line story, right?
Yep, they killed my boy Blue.
They killed my boy Blue. It's a wrap. It's over.
They killed my boy Blue.
Do you think he would have got one of the dinosaurs and take their intestines out?
I mean, if we're talking about intestines and we're talking about these major savagery scenes,
But some of these scenes were like
they were
realistic. Like this could realistically happen. If you're coming after my family, I'm pulling out your intestine. Stop walking, motherfucker. Stop walking. You're walking the plank with your intestines hanging out.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
That's simple.
Let's just go back from the beginning when the scene opens, and there is a scene where they're in a military mission, and in the in the belly of the beast right now. You have all these surgeons coming in. You have fire.
All because of bad intel.
All because of this and bad intel. So now we're thinking about, damn, are these people going to even survive? Like, what is going here? What's going on? What's going there? And you're thinking that it's only about the mission. You really thinking it's all about the mission. Plot twist will get your head spinning faster than a cartwheel.
Yep.
Seriously.
Right.
Seriously.
Like it's
So-
levels to this. Levels,
Yeah.
it's absolute levels. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's scary. It's scary to think that, this is what happens when you mess with a man's family, So this is the situation. So, but I loved every minute of it, man. This the plot. The plot was excellent. You know what I mean? The whole situation where he was basically a test dummy, him and his crew, for some type of new chemical, not chemical, some type of new invention, medicine, some type of medicine to see if it works. And
Well,
come
the
to find-
Project RD 4895 was one of the experiments that they were trying on for the military to kind of combat and trying to figure out how they can defeat PTSD, which is
Right.
something that you really can't think about in a sense. I mean, medically, PTSD is just it's something that you can't cure. I mean, I don't want to say it's just like any mental disease. It's like it takes time for curing. It takes time to nurture and to treat. But it's just like you can't prevent PT. I mean, in that sense. I mean, the hope is yes, but these are servicemen. They are going to be in situations they're not going to be really, you know, surprised to or prone to. You know, they're out
Right.
there working. There is no way that you can
Right.
prevent any trauma or anything at that sense.
Yeah, but the whole point of the drug is to cure that and to keep sending him back. I forgot what another show was like that. That the whole point was to cure them, just to send them back into the military. I forgot.
Was it a show? Or was it a movie?
I think it was a movie. I forgot
Was
the name
Tom
of it.
Cruise in it?
I don't remember. I remember watching something like this.
So
But
they stole the storyline from another movie or show.
Yeah.
It's
But this
typical.
was good. This
Typical.
was good.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good. I mean, look, it was a good situation. It was the plot was excellent. The plot was excellent, man. I'm talking about certain things you didn't see it coming. You don't know how he's gonna deal with this adversary, you know, and the adversary is just basically him going against his own peoples who took him in, took care of him. You know what I mean? The good old United States government, and then says, we're good. Like, we you know,
Literally,
dispose of him.
that's what the terminal list is, and it was very cathartic when seeing the terminal list is literally behind the drawing of his daughter, of his murdered daughter, and having him write the list, and it was just like, yo, my man is not gonna go through that list.
My man
Right.
finished the list.
He went through it,
Right.
And he added names at the end.
and he added names to it.
and he crossed them out too.
I was like, yo.
Right. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? You know, from point A to point B, like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not gonna stop either. And it was just like, wow, dude, you're bugging. Like,
Yeah,
no, really,
yeah.
you're bugging. Like, so what? Like, you know, I don't have nothing to live for type mentality, and this is what's gonna happen. I mean, to
Going for
think
broke.
that,
Going for broke.
yeah, you take away my wife and my kid, like, we're still trying. Why? But they broke down the reason as to why they did it, to assume like he lost his mind and he did it. Nah, man, everybody gotta go. Everybody.
Yeah,
gotta
but did
go,
they really
you know?
explain that though? Did they really explain the reason why?
No, that's what they said. They said basically they want to assume that he lost it to the point he did that. So think about
Right.
when
They're
he
trying
was
to
having
taint his name because he wasn't supposed to survive.
Right.
No,
Remember
so the
part
family
where-
was
To
an
fit their narrative.
afterthought. No, the family was an afterthought. Not the fact, because this was something that always confused me. When it came to the family, they went and hired sicarios, right? So the sicarios came in and took care of the family.
Mhm.
But
They used his gun.
right. But the point was
Right.
they were an afterthought. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, they did it. They hired the Sicarios to cover their tracks.
But what I'm saying is they weren't an afterthought.
Mhm.
That was what got me so mad, is that they were an afterthought. Like, let's say if he died in the field or whatever, they would have left his family
Mhm.
alone. So because they have to do the cover-ups and everything like that,
Casualties of
why
war.
No,
Yes.
see, that to me got me mad. Like, you could have just left them alone. They had nothing to do with it. But again, they wanted to, stain his name and make sure, use the excuse of PTSD again, which is something
Mhm.
that could have been used against him, and saying, well, this is what happens, and he went
Mhm.
crazy and he killed his family. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
and I was really upset about that they went ahead and they went for his family. But
Yeah. I was just
That-
like, God damn, dude.
that was like, that got me really upset. I was just like, oh, come on. But I love the way that they
Yeah.
used his memories, and they were using that with how confusing the moments and infusing some of those thoughts and confusing, the good moments and the memories and things like that. So I thought that was really, really touching of them, and trying to kind of highlight really what it is
Mhm.
for those that suffer PTSD. Because it doesn't have to
Right.
happen it doesn't have to have one thing to happen. It could be many things,
Mhm.
and things trigger it. So
Absolutely.
I just hated that they went ahead and they went ahead and killed his family, because that was an afterthought. And then at the
Yeah.
end of number 8 of episode 8, and then when my
Mhm.
man, we'll get to that, but I was even more
Yeah,
mad.
but the whole point of them bringing this to the show was because they wanted to bring the whole PTSD to the forefront and how
Authenticity.
the authenticity
Absolutely.
and how it affects our American soldiers that give their life on the line and come back with all these issues, you know. But the fact that they tested them with this undeveloped drug,
Yeah.
just to get the PSD away from them so they could keep going into battle, it's hard. And another show that was like this, I just researched it. It was Homecoming. Homecoming on Amazon with Julia Roberts.
With Julia Roberts.
So that was similar to this.
That
They
was
were creating.
another good series.
They were creating a cure for PTSD. So see how they can reuse them again and send them back into the battlefield.
Damn.
You know. So this why I was wondering. I'm like, I've seen this premise before, and there you go. It's Homecoming.
Right.
You know, and that was good too. But this one, like I said, there's no. You know how they say that there's no a woman scorn. Right? What was the saying? There's no harsh than a woman scorn.
Yeah. There's not harsh than a.
No fury.
There's no fury than a woman scorn, right?
Woman scorn,
So this is like the same thing. You know, you don't mess with a man's family.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that they try to cover it up. Yeah, they try to cover it up to cover their tracks, and he's covering. You know, and he's a man full of resources, and it's just crazy.
There was this one line from one particular scene that I remember the most. Is this like, you cannot expect a man that has practiced violence for all his life. There was something to that connotation that you. He
said you cannot. Say the beginning part.
I'm trying to say, like, you cannot expect a man that has studied his violence all his life, or it's something to that effect.
But you cannot come after a man. You cannot teach a man how to be violent, but you teach him how to perfect it. Something like that. Something of the sort. So basically, the government pretty much taught him the perfect killing.
Basically.
Yeah.
But now you're coming after him, and my man he's full of knowledge and full of resources. It is just crazy.
Yeah. It was
I'm
like,
telling you, and that was the scary part. Like, for him to perfect his craft like that was unbelievable. I mean, he knew how to create everything. At EFG, he was just scratch. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm talking about, man, this show didn't miss at all. This show did not miss.
Not at all.
You know?
So
I love
it. Give me 5 scenes. Give me 5 top scenes. I got them in my head. Give me 5.
Okay, well, I'm already gonna take a dirty scene. Is when he took that dude's intestines out. I was like,
that was it.
Oh,
hung it up on the X. Bah, morcilla.
Shoot.
I was like, what is going on?
He went over there like there wasn't part of a cartel, and just said, "I'm gonna do what I want to do and what I'm supposed to do. Let me get your guts," literally. And I was over here like, shit, like, yo, that was amazing, yo. I'll let somebody else go before I pull out some other scenes. What you got?
When he shot the main character, Steve Horn, in the middle of the street, just done. That whole scenario where you wouldn't think the lengths that he would go. I mean, with him developing the bomb, with him setting it up, you know, and it's just the fact, like, he's just straight up ruthless, ruthless.
Right.
So that was another phenomenal scene. The other scene that really hit for me was really it was more closer to the end, where he was visiting back his home. You know, at that point when he's visiting home and he's having these memories and seeing the, you know, his wife and Lucy and Lauren and just seeing them in their home, that was really sad. To see it. It was a very poignant scene, but that was also the scene where they blew up the war con. My man took a chest. He said, "I'm gonna give you 100 ball bearings for each man that died that
16
day."
people.
14.
14 people
14
died.
people died in that mission. So I'm gonna give you 1,400 ball bearings.
Ball bearings to the face.
And he went, boom. I was just like, that was another scene. I was just like, and the point that took him there was that to sacrifice somebody else's family. And his line was like, listen, that line is not gonna work for me, man. I had a family too. I
Yeah.
don't feel sorry for you. Sorry.
Like, dude,
Sorry,
I had a
not
wife and
sorry.
a kid. Yeah, I just had a wife and a kid just like you did. Literally. You're saying not
So-
my family? Like, all right, come here, little man. Let me talk to
Yeah,
you.
let me
real
talk.
quick.
I'm gonna send you to the afterworld, just like you sent my daughter. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
like, oh.
I was
dude.
like, dang.
Not like he wasn't gonna do it. He was definitely going to do it. That was going to happen. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, that was
let me give
another
you
great scene.
Oh, one of my favorite scenes is when I knew this guy had to complete his mission is when he blew up the rocks from the hills to get away, to escape. He said, I'm going to complete my mission. And
Yeah.
the girl was like, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, boom. I said, yo. And I said to myself, the moment he kills an FBI agent is the moment they're not
Over.
they're not gonna regret nothing that happens. to
Right,
him.
but they made the narrative seem like he was crazy, and meanwhile
Uh-huh.
he's doing the opposite of it. He's saving people. He's
Yeah.
trying to elude them, but at the same time, like I said, he's saving people.
No, I think the other scene that he proved that he was not
When he saved the FBI,
well, that too, but he also had the bullet, which
The
also
bullet.
is a signet. It was signet.
I had the shot.
significant. I had the shot and I didn't take
I
it.
didn't take it.
I
Yep.
didn't take it. You know, so that's significant
yeah.
in a sense. Like I could have shot
I
you.
could have killed you, clicks away. You know, like. But here's the proof that I didn't.
Yeah.
I could have taken a shot, but I didn't. Just to prove
Like,
that
I'm
his
on-
insanity is not insanity.
Right, I'm on higher
I mean,
ground.
but the dude is crazy.
On higher ground here. Like I'm already upstairs. Like I could take you guys down in 2 seconds. You know, but
I found the quote.
Uh-huh.
It said, "It'd be a mistake to push a man to violence if violence is what he has dedicated to his life perfecting."
Oh, say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear.
It'd be a mistake to push a man to violence
Mm.
if violence is what he has dedicated his life to perfecting.
Yo, mic drop.
It hit me right here. It hit me
Right
right
here,
here.
right here,
Right here.
right
I
here.
was like, I felt that. I felt that.
That's when he was talking to the Fed, right?
Yep. He like, what would your father say when you doing all this?
Yeah.
And that's when he
talking
said
to
that
JD
quote.
Parker
Yep.
character.
He like, this is what my dad said. This is what my dad would think. This is the quote he
Mm.
gave me.
Mm-mm.
And they're saying it like yo, fam, you know my dad killed people too when he was in service.
Yeah.
He got people break. A legend.
Yep.
He was
He's
also
a
a former
legend,
NBC,
yep, he's a
right? He's a
legend.
legend. Like,
Right.
come on.
So he's a legend. So that's what my dad would have said. Like, you know, and you know what? I knew something was wrong though when his commander in chief said, "Man, you couldn't protect your platoon, let alone your wife
And your
child."
family, yeah. I didn't like the way he came
Oh.
out his face like that. I was like, yo, why would you come out your face like that?
And I knew,
Meanwhile,
foreshadow.
something was up.
Yeah. But man, I mean, the one person I fell in love with was Constance Wu. She wanted her story though. She was not gonna leave without her lead story, her story about how everything went down. And I was like, please don't kill her. Don't accidentally kill her. Don't let the bad guys get to her.
Oh, I
So when
thought she was gonna get blown up. I really thought. I was like, oh, when she saw him, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she might die. She might die.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. But when they was chasing her, when that guy was chasing her up the steps, and he turned around, she turned around and killed him. I was like, okay, let's go.
It was over.
Yep. It was over.
It was over.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. You know, and that was awesome. That was awesome. And I knew moving forward, she's probably gonna be, God willing, she's in a show for the next couple of seasons or whatever, or 4 seasons or however it goes. Because you said it's 3 books, right?
It's 3 books, yeah. Part of
Okay.
the Terminalist series.
Okay.
True Believer and Savage Sons. This the title itself. Just it
Yeah.
sounds good.
Another
Okay,
scene
so I-
that. Another
Go
scene
ahead,
that.
go
Oh,
ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ern.
Now you
Another
go
scene
ahead.
that was really that really touched me was another scene when he went into fought CQC. Was that what you call it?
Yeah, CQC.
with Captain Cox, when he had the log, and that scene was significant as well. He's like, well, you know, they talked about how the government just kind of puts you to the side once you
Yeah.
serve, this is it. This is what you get. You get the
Yeah.
little offering, a little package. But he's like, you got the
Yeah.
brotherhood though.
You get the brotherhood.
You look into your left and you look into your right. These are the people that are going to be helping you carry this log and carry this burden. But who is
Right.
with you now? Who is
Right.
with you now, my friend? Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so significant, and it just shows like how strong the bond of military families and military men and service women, military women, and everything in that sense is that you do have to rely on your fellow man, your brother, your sister. You got to depend on them because they're going to be the ones to be there for you. And even though plot twist, they might come around and just two-face you, they were still there to kind of help with your mission. You know what I mean? So,
You're referring to Big Ben stinking ass, huh?
Yeah.
that scumbag, that stinking scumbag.
Listen, it's
But
always
let
a
me
Ben that's got to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
You got a Ben in this show. You got a Ben in Ozark. Ben, the name Ben always fucks it up.
You're absolutely right.
Stop it.
Yo, look,
I
this
can't.
This dude, I ain't gonna lie, yo. This dude broke my heart, yo.
He
I
did.
know.
He did at the end scene.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, that broke my heart. I was over here like,
And I kind of figured that out when towards like
where did you figure it out though?
figured out.
You figured it out.
I figured
when
out
the,
like
when
2-3 episodes before when the masked men came. I
Uh-huh.
kind of figured what if it was his boy, and then when the phone call came, she said the name, but we never, because she said there's 4 companies. And
Right.
He only gave him 3.
Right.
And then in my mind, I'm like, what if Ben is the 4th company? What if he was there to keep tabs on all the platoons before they went? Because he knew about the drug.
That's when I knew something was off. Ben knew a lot. He knew a
He lot more than
about
he knew. Yeah.
he knew more than he let
I was
on.
like,
Yep.
a lot of everything, like about everything. He was connected to anything he needed, literally. And I was like, yo, fam, you're too well connected. You're like the government.
See,
that
my
this
thing
guy-
is
He's
like,
full of resources. Yeah, resources.
But no. But here's my
Too
thing.
much
Ben
resources. It was too easy.
knows. No, Ben knew how
Uh-huh.
Reese was.
Uh-huh.
My man said at the end of the show, like, I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
I was literally waiting for you. So how is my man Ben not gonna think that James was gonna figure it out?
Well, because remember he said basically his family wasn't part of the deal. That was just a casualty of war. And he felt like he said it. He even said it
Like
once
he
they
had
did
no
that.
part of that.
Yeah, he said I had no part of that, and that's why I came on and joined your side to get rid of them also, to help you
Mhm.
And to cover my tracks.
and to cover my tracks too.
I mean, if you think about it, he was like I said, I think it was just the fact that he was too resourceful for me. I've never seen nobody that resourceful.
He's CIA.
And it's like whatever you need, and it was literally whatever you needed, and he got it every time. I was like, yo,
Yep.
bro, you're doing too great of a job. It's one of those people who it was like a kid who went to the teacher with the apple every day. Here, teach. Can't get an apple.
So I
This little
got
nigga
you.
got it all the time. Like he
I
always
got
got an
you.
apple.
I got
Yeah,
you.
it's too much, yo. And I started
Yeah,
to
but he's
notice something.
CIA. That's what I'm saying. He's CIA. So
Yeah, but he was CIA. But financially, I was like, dude,
CI double agent.
Oh,
he was
yeah. In
he
terms
was-
of finance, yeah, that's true. Because he
Finance.
had money. He
Yeah, he was off. He was getting stuff after, and then when at the end he said he had like 20 million.
Yeah, but he said he never
Yo,
touched
He
it.
said he never touched
He
it.
said he
though.
didn't touch it.
Man, please, he touched that.
Nah, he said he didn't. He said I once
He
they
touched
did.
that. Nah, he
You,
touched
like I
that.
said, you never know. He said he didn't touch it.
Nah, like so my
just-
man had all this
So he
money.
did all of that. Just right. Oracle, go ahead, finish it up, Oracle.
Yeah, like he had this money already like lying around because he's working in the CIA. Like he had all these boats and all these guns and everything like that because he had it. Man, please.
Yeah, well, he's a nomad. My man.
Well,
He
I
lived
mean,
in his car.
well,
in
the
his
other
truck.
thing is that the other gentleman, the older gentleman, he probably came from money because him and Reese and his father knew each other.
Mhm.
So he probably
Right.
came from money. So
Right.
There,
But
there could be some explanation that he did have, yes, but I mean, not
Right.
that much money. Like
Yeah,
you
no,
sitting
that's
on
what I'm
20
saying.
mil. You telling me he didn't touch none of that? Come on now. How he travel from here to there? Come on, stop it.
Right.
How he get a boat? How he get 2 boats? Like, come on.
Nah, he was
Yeah.
too good. He was too good, yo. And I was just like, it was like, nah, something's off with Ben that he's just taking care of his brother too well, yo. But you know what? In the scene in the beach scene and season no, episode 7, his face said it all. His face was like he was scared. And I was like, damn, like Ben, like you should be
Oh,
like,
when he
yeah.
saw him, when he saw him, like
Yeah.
he's
And
like,
I was like,
he said, okay, you don't want to do it, then I'm gonna take something that you took from me. I'm gonna take your son.
Right.
Started. That was one of my favorite scenes.
You send my daughter to the afterlife.
I'm gonna send
your
yours.
son.
You pick and choose what you
I
want
was
to do.
like, yo,
Yeah.
savage.
Yeah, his face said it all. His face was like, yo, what? It's basically his face basically said, yo, what did I do? What
Yeah.
did we?
It was the
do?
turn. It was the
Turn
tide.
of events. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
the turn of that tide, and
Mhm.
that was it. And I was just like, I was really disappointed when I heard that it was really him about Oberon Industries or something like
Yeah.
that, and it was really
Yeah.
him, and he didn't reveal it himself in the beginning. I was like, he wasn't gonna do that, but I was like, when he got the wife and the child involved, and I was like,
Well, he didn't get him
"Damn."
involved. The
No,
other
but what
guys
I'm
did.
saying, but he knew though. That was the
Because
thing.
they tried to paint the picture, the narrative that he was psycho. He was
I
crazy.
know, but
That
still,
he's a
Right.
man suffering with a tumor. You know.
He knew, but he knew. And that plot
But
twist
ma-
with the tumor, that reminded me of the Tuskegee Airmen. You know what I mean? That they
Yep.
were just
Yep.
yeah. Break it down for me, Ern.
They're testing them. They was testing them.
They were testing
some
it
tests
for
on the
syphilis, right?
amen.
They were testing it for syphilis,
So you know,
unbeknownst to them. So
Damn.
how is it that you're gonna go ahead and do these experiments on government people? Like, oh, they signed their lives away, then we're able to do what we can with them. No. This don't work like that. Come on now.
right?
And I knew
Right.
Steve Horn, him and I, we had this conversation about Steve Horn. I said, if James Reese and Steve Horn go toe to toe, Reese will sweep the floor with him.
My man broke down like a little bitch. Don't kill me.
Don't kill me. And I was just like, oh, you is a punk bitch. I was like,
My
nah.
man, he idolized the military, and then
To do
he
that.
went, to do that.
At least Ben just said, "Look, man, like,
I'm sorry,
It's
brother,
okay.
but do what you got to do.
yeah, do what you got to do. Like,
do what
I
you gotta
get it.
do. I've been waiting.
You know, and trust me, he tried, and Ben tried to right his wrongs, bro. He did his absolute best to right his wrongs, but it was just like the wife and the daughter. He's not, Reese is not gonna let that. It's just no way he was gonna let that live that down. You know,
Yeah,
once
and that's like that.
everybody in on it, that was the whole situation. You know what I mean? So, but bottom line, like for me, damn, there's no perfect show, so I'm not gonna give this show a no 10. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.
You give it a
I can't
9?
give.
I'm giving it a 10.
I'm giving it a 10 also.
Giving it a 10.
I can't. It's no show is perfect, yo.
Okay, why did you give it a 10?
I'm lying. Breaking Bad is perfect.
Okay, so why wasn't this a 10?
So why was Breaking Bad a 10?
Breaking Bad.
Because it made all the checks for you.
Well, she never saw Breaking
I
Bad.
never saw Breaking Bad, but
Oh, so-
no, but I will. That is on the to-do list. I gotten yelled at by my peers and my husband that I have been falling behind, and I have ashamed everybody by not watching it.
I
And
told
that-
her Breaking Bad,
Oh.
Sons of Anarchy. We gotta
you will not
rewatch that.
regret it. You will not regret it. And you said also
And
the,
the
Lions.
Mayans, the
You said that
Mayans.
too.
The Minds, but Breaking
with
Bad.
that-
Better Call Saul is also part of that too.
Whether
Absolutely.
when having that understanding of what is a 10, if that show Breaking Bad is a 10 for you, what made it a 10 for you?
Okay, so for me, Breaking Bad, it didn't. For the first time in like how many shows I've watched in my life, it was a show that it just for every season and each episode it went up. It just didn't stop. Second season, I was over here like, there's no way. Third season, there's no way.
So there wasn't no up.
It's like the boys. It just kept going up every
It just
season.
can't, we can't say the
No.
boys.
The boys were going
boys
down,
dropped.
down, bro.
No, in
Yeah,
terms
the boys
of like,
The boys dropped a little bit, so we can't say the boys, man.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
certain episodes you was just like, yo, y'all doing too damn much, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this Steph, you got to understand, this is a situation where a school teacher who has cancer is trying to pay for his treatment, gets into the drug game because he's a chemist.
Yeah, his insurance doesn't
Fine.
cover it.
And at
Yo,
the
it
end,
sounds like
hey,
real life.
Sounds like
bro.
real life. Yeah, it's like
Sounds
real life.
Real life, bro.
And he's
And then
like,
you
yo,
become-
why are you selling this drug at like 50% capacity, 50% pure when I'm a chemist. I can make it 100% pure.
What the point that
Yo.
he's making is that Terminal List for me was the same thing. Now, again, this is 8 hours, 8 episodes where each episode gave it to me. There
Mhm.
was something around the corner that was giving it to me, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, another story twist, plot twist. Oh my God, no, it didn't. This is what happened. The scene with the mountains. How you
Mhm.
think he was gonna escape that? My man got into the river. How you think he was gonna sit? Like every episode was just like, what is he gonna do now? How is this gonna happen?
How are they gonna top
And my
it? Yep.
man just come through the clutch. So
Well,
that for me, it was ticking all the boxes for me. It was
Okay.
It had action. It
Uh-huh.
it highlighted the military. It highlighted PTSD.
It had emotions.
It had emotions. It was savage. And I just
Mhm.
love Chris Pratt. I love the interaction between all the actors, between the FBI, between the journalists, between the Madam Secretary. I love that whole premise of their interaction because at the end of the day, this is something that could be real. This is like, I feel like this could happen in real life.
Mhm.
I feel like
Oh,
this
yeah.
could happen. Like it's not
Well, I mean,
so
we're not-
far fetched.
Won't
You know
be-
what I
it's
mean?
not so-
I mean, some things are embellished. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
I feel like this for me, there was it only was giving me what I wanted in every show, and Chris Pratt was giving it to me every episode. He was giving it to me.
I concur.
Okay.
You know, like to me, it's a 10. It took us on a ride. Every episode was like that. I didn't see anything that was flawed, and it just delivered, man. It just delivered on every aspect of criteria that we perceived on this list.
Yeah.
It just gave us. You just gave it to us, bro.
Gave
It
it-
just
you
gave
gave
it
it
to
to
us.
Chris Pratt, from the opening scene to
All-
the
yep.
introduction to
We see casualties of war. We see
casualties of war,
family
and
emotions, family getting
emotion.
broken.
It was just
Everything. The brotherhood. You see the brotherhood in the beginning. You see how your brothers let you down. You see the deceiving,
the deep fake.
the deep fake, everything, bro. How the government is, will do anything to cover their tracks. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right.
They gave it to us, bro.
They gave it to
So
me.
to me, this is like a perfect
And
score in my book.
I knew the show was good if I wasn't willing to wait for him to go see it. I knew the show was good because I wasn't gonna wait for
And
him.
every episode just got
You
get,
felt-
it just
It just kept on better and better and better.
We're like,
You felt it.
oh my god, we
Yeah.
felt it.
Okay.
We felt it.
So I
Okay,
knew it
I
was
get-
good when I wasn't willing to wait for him to go watch. I was like, I'm watching it without you.
Yep.
Like, yeah. Sorry, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, I get it. I guess you know what it is. I think for me, you have a standard. Almost a standard of a damn near perfect show or a perfect show to me. And when I saw Breaking Bad, and I just saw the greatness for me is the writing of how to put a show together like this. It's so you got to think about it. You're intertwining a guy who used to be a teacher, who now becomes damn near a cartel himself. It was, and then to intertwine him with a cartel.
Right.
It's like, yo, dude, people would ask you, how did you get here?
Right.
You used to be a teacher?
Right.
You know what I mean? So the writing for me was
The
so
storyline and the arc of the
storyline.
character was really what was the turning for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's just for Son of Anarchy is a great show, but it's not a 10 because it got down to the nitty gritty. So to me it's an easy to watch series because it's just like, this is the situation. Let's go beat people up. This is the situation. Let's go beat people up. You know what I mean? It's not a bad
It didn't
show,
change. It didn't change.
but it is.
It's,
You know,
sometimes you need that the filler episode, is that what they call
Yeah,
them?
full episode. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, the filler
story.
episode, right?
Yeah, you need.
But
some
Breaking
filler.
Bad didn't. Yo,
There was no filler episodes for you.
It was
Right.
just like, yo,
And I felt the same way for Terminal. Like I didn't feel like any episode was a filler. I felt like every
Right.
episode was just as important as the one before and the one before that and the one after it. So
Mhm.
I felt like everything it needed those pieces to be said. It needed those scenes in a
Mhm,
sense to highlight how fantastic this show was.
You know
Fantastic.
where it got me a little is when he got a little bit too calm when he was looking for the apartments, but he was really doing a stakeout to see where that guy lived. The guy
Oh
who
yeah.
with the fingerprints, he became the Chris Pratt character of old real quick. You know what I mean? He went backwards a little bit because the whole situation for him after that was intense. It was like, I was like, damn, when did he calm down? Oh shoot, he never calmed down yet. That's what made it great. Cause I was like, but that one scene, it was like, oh, you're a little too relaxed. Ah, man, you went back a little bit character wise. You know what I mean? When you said, oh, what about this apartment? Oh, there's no camera. Like he went back to Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit. You know, but after that, I get it. Like no, the show is real. It's unreal and it's real at the same time. I was just over here like, yo, I didn't think I was gonna see Chris Pratt in this situation like this. You know, to say, hey, basically, you know how we're grown up, so we're like a basic rated R show. You know, I didn't know he was gonna do a rated R show. Like, what the fuck, yo? So yeah, it's excellent. But I still give it a 9. I still give it a 9.
Okay.
I mean, but hey, 29 out of 30. Am I right? Did I calculate that?
Yeah.
Shoot. Look. Before we leave again, this R&B 20 Talk 20. Steph, just let them know where to find us, and then we'll be back next week.
Absolutely. So don't forget, follow, like, and share. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok at 20 Talk 20. You know, we're talking about movies, talking about shows, and everything in between. So we want you to go back and listen to those past episodes. You know, we're talking about Batman. We were talking about, what else? We were talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Which one we were talking about? We're talking about so many shows in the back. Stranger Things. So, you know, you can tell us what shows to watch, shows what not to watch, and let us know. Let us know in the content, you know, in the comments and everything like that. So we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on Breaker Radio, we're on Radio Public, we're on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, and
Everywhere.
Box, and wherever you can find your podcast. Absolutely.
And guys, again, thank you so much for viewing us live. We just want to say one thing so important right now. I don't know if you heard right now, our boy King Karim is missing.
He's in the back of a milk car in the sun.
If you see him, tell him we love him.
Tell him we miss him.
Tell we miss him. We would love for him to do a show with us. It's been like damn near 7 weeks or something.
Ages.
But you know, we're still here. We're here rooting for you, bro. Just once a week, if you don't mind, y'all. You know what I mean? So on that note, R&B 20 Talk 20.
It's Steph Diarco.
This your boy Dre.
See you next week.
Later.
Night, everybody.